Good evening and welcome to WCBN Sports' presentation of Michigan hockey. We are live here in East Lansing, Michigan, Munn Ice Arena for what is shaping out to be probably one of the most exciting games in the collegiate hockey season, as the 7th-ranked Michigan State Spartans take on the 15th-ranked Michigan Wolverines in the most played rivalry in all of college hockey. The next chapter being written tonight here, live in East Lansing, live here at Munn Ice Arena. And I'm Peter Nasr. Alongside me is Cyprian. And Sydney, what an atmosphere here today. What are you most looking forward to as we are just moments away from puck drop?
Honestly, that rivalry, it's just a huge, huge rivalry. Like you said, it's been the longest one in college history. So I know we have a great offense. They have a great defense with Trey Augustine. I'm really excited to see him play. Heard so much about him. Michigan State has just grown as a team, and Michigan has a lot of new players. So I'm really interested to see how both of them play against each other.
Yeah, we have a really exciting matchup. You mentioned Trey Augustine. He's a starting netminder for the Michigan State Spartans. 13-3-2 on the year, 2.81 goals against average. The future Detroit Red Wing. As a Red Wings fan myself, I'm very excited to see how he performs out here today. But for Michigan, Jake Barczewski is in goal for Michigan. He's also had a really solid year in net for the Wolverines. An 8-6-3 record, but an exact same 2.81 goals against average and a .908 save percentage. We are ready to get going here at Munn Ice Arena, Michigan State. Face-off won by the Spartans. Quickly will get dumped into the Munsters Michigan State student section. Michigan State will chase it down into the corner. Battled for it, and then Michigan will recover. Seamus Casey will drop it off to Tyler Duke, and Michigan will start heading towards our left. Michigan having trouble getting out of the zone. Neither team really able to control early. Davidson chasing it down for the Spartans. He's going to fire a shot that's from an off angle, is blocked away by Barczewski. McGordy will simply dump it in, and we will chase and start over. Davidson plays it forward for Michigan State. Out to Lee Dorward. He's going to play in front. Truscott will intercept it. Truscott will play it outside of the defensive zone off the glass before the puck is dumped in. Barczewski will settle it down. Neither team really able to establish much here this opening minute of play. Michigan State trying to get into the zone, and they do. Here comes Russell. Russell into the slot. Cannot get much on the shot, but the puck still fall for in the corner. Spartans retain control here near the glass. We dumped around. Truscott's going to chase it. Big hit, first physical action of this game, and it was probably going to be a nice physical game. Two of the most penalized teams in the country going at it today.
Spending a lot of time in the Michigan defense, I can see here. Michigan really needs to gain control if they want to stay on top of this game.
You're right, though. Michigan has spent the entire game in their offensive zone. That was a great opportunity, the first real quality chance for the Wolverines, and it was blocked away by Barczewski. Michigan simply got into their zone, but Michigan State going to try and forecheck it, bring it forward. Here they come with some speed. Ninehouse, the captain, with the wraparound, puck loose in the slot, but no one was there for the Spartans to knock it home. The net was open, though. Puck's going to be dumped down. No icing called. So Michigan State will settle it down. 17:50 to go here in the opening frame. Scoreless here at Munn Ice Arena in East Lansing.
This is the first time since 2011 that Michigan has been lower ranked than Michigan State.
You're right. The Spartans coming in as the number 7 team in the country. The Wolverines at 15. Inside opportunity. Pad save Barczewski. Michigan left a couple open players in the slot. Barczewski made the save, though, there.
Barczewski's really holding them in here because they're constantly on that Michigan defense. Can't seem to get it on the other side.
Basgo looks to play it forward. Icing is going to be called, though, so the Wolverines will get their first face-off in their offensive zone and maybe use this face-off as a chance to settle things down. The puck's been right in front of us this whole game on the Michigan defensive zone. Now, for the first time, can Michigan get something going here offensively?
We'll get to actually see Trey Augustine hopefully show us what he is made of and why the Michigan State students love him so much.
Face-off won by the Wolverines, but it's turned over at the blue line. Michigan State has a potential breakaway opportunity, but it's well defended by Tyler Duke.
Nice block.
Great block protecting his goaltender was Tyler Duke. Michigan State, or the Wolverines, will dump it in. McGroarty chasing after it, lays the body. Nasr trying to hold in the zone. He can't. Michigan State. Bringing that Truscott at the blue line. Cross pass, fires a shot, and Augustine makes his first save of the game to a nice ovation from the students here at Munn. The first shot opportunity for the Wolverines in this game, and Augustine made it look easy. The save right in front of him.
The Augustine cheer screaming throughout the stadium. I think it's funny. I see King Augustine on one of their posters too. They love him.
If you can't tell, he's a fan favorite here at Munn. The tie-up on the face-off is taken by Michigan State, but Michigan applying some pressure to try and keep it in. But the Spartans will come away with it. But a turnover here. Hughes will get the chance, and he fires it. Glove save. Augustine.
Looks like he slipped while trying to shoot the shot. I mean, it didn't seem like too much of a difficult shot for Trey Augustine, in my opinion, to save, but nonetheless, a second shot for Michigan.
Yeah, Hughes took advantage of a turnover, and he was right up and close, but Augustine was able to make the save. Face-off won by the Wolverines. Edwards fires a shot wide. Edwards just his second game back from injury. Good seeing him back in the lineup for the Wolverines. Edwards will play it in off of Dylan Duke's stick down into the Spartan zone. Michigan State will protect. Hughes was hit behind the play, lost his stick. But here comes Michigan State, 3-on-2 developing for the Spartans. Cross-ice pass was defended away nicely by Michigan. And another big hit across the wall. TJ Hughes leveled the body on Levsnov.
We have a broken stick on the ice.
Shattered stick in front of Barczewski. Michigan will play it forward, though. And it's going to be dumped in by Stephen Holtz. Holtz chasing after it. The point battle for in the corner. Michigan State will come away with its Reg Savage, the other future Detroit Red Wing in the Spartan lineup. Barczewski played it behind the net to Shifsky. Shifsky out to LaPointe. LaPointe trying to make a move. Chased down by Ernest in the corner. Michigan gets the puck at the point. Tyler Duke cross ice. Couldn't get a shot away with Holtz, and Holtz will bring out the zone and reset with some good pressure by the Spartans. O'Connell applying some pressure at the blue line, forcing Michigan to reset. Spartans looked for a long lead pass. Couldn't connect, and Truscott will control it behind the Michigan zone, and the puck lobs into the crowd. Out of play. I believe it was deflected, so no penalty will be called.
You mentioned before Ethan Edwards coming back from injury. There are several players coming back from injury, such as Mark Estapa, Rutger. Seems like Michigan kind of was down a leg the past few weeks, but they're kind of back. They're up to full strength, and I'm excited to see these guys play.
Yeah, Wolverines took advantage of that holiday break. Rutger McGroarty was able to get back for the World Juniors. Estapa, you mentioned, is back as well. Yeah, it's good seeing this Wolverine team healthy, and this is definitely a series you need to be healthy. This Spartan team is going to be a very tough test for the Wolverines. This is the first of the two games in this weekend series. These teams will play tomorrow at Yost, so home and home between these two interstate rivals. Spartans will dump it all the way down. This will be an icing. Edwards chases it down. So we'll have a face-off near Augustine in the Michigan offensive zone.
Hopefully Michigan can maybe get a shot on Augustine this time. I know it seems like they're getting a little bit tired. Michigan State is playing really well. They're spread out. They're playing their plays. And Michigan looks like they're trying to catch up, but maybe they'll catch up.
Yeah, you're right. Michigan has been chasing a lot more than the Spartans have early here in these first 5 minutes of gameplay. Michigan will bring it all the way back to their zones. Edwards will wrap it around the goal. Play the forward to Truscott. Truscott will dump it off, and he gets hit hard. Rigordi with a good pass to Edwards, who fired the shots, defended away by Augustine. Another stick loose on the ice. Seen a lot of that early here today. Michigan will control, though. Cannot enter the zone cleanly, but now they do. Rigordi with an off-angle shot saved by Augustine, who plays it away instead of freezing it. Michigan with a couple opportunities there. Augustine is held firm early, and both teams jostling for the puck in the corner. Puck will come forward, but Michigan State will be the one to get it. Well defended, though, by Draper. He forces a turnover and will simply dump the puck in. Excuse me, that's Warren, not Draper. Marshall Warren. Another well defended again by the Wolverines. They've done a good job here the past couple shifts, keeping the puck in their zone, but now the Spartans are able to break through and dump it in. Barczewski will play it and clear into the corner, where Holtz will pick it up and push it forward for the Wolverines. Holtz will simply dump it in. No one there, though. This will be touched up, or not touched up, but it'll be whistled for an icing.
Michigan did a really good job bringing that puck down to the other side. Brindley on the ice did a really good job skating around all the guys. Michigan State's doing a great job with pressuring the Michigan players. It's a great game so far.
Yeah, a back and forth tilt for sure early. 3:15 to go here in the opening frame. Still scoreless. Michigan wins the faceoff in the defensive zone. They'll dump it in and chase. Dylan Duke trying to get it, but Michigan State will recover. Spartans will bring it forward. Here comes Isaac Howard. Isaac Howard looked to get the puck in the slot, but it was defended away. Here comes Levshnoff, and he's going to fire a shot from the outside and saved by Barczewski. Little extracurricular after the play. Not surprised by that with these two teams playing for the 343rd time tonight, the most played rivalry in all of college hockey.
Tonight we have the first and second star of the Big Ten week. Last week, Brindley being for Michigan's first star, and Levshnoff for Michigan State's as the second star.
Yeah, Brindley had 7 points over the weekend, including a 4-goal game on Friday in their Michigan's dominant wins over Stonehill last weekend. Spartans coming off of a sweep at Pagula Ice Arena in Penn State, which was their first ever sweep in Happy Valley. So both teams riding pretty high here. Tanner Rowe playing it forward for Michigan. Excuse me, that's Dylan Duke. Duke in the corner, played it across, looking for Shifsky in the slot. He couldn't handle it. Tyler Duke will bring it back, settle things down for the Wolverines. Here comes Michigan. There's Tanner Rowe. Plays it behind. The stop of the fourth line for the Wolverines is out right now. Michigan keeps it in the zone. Puck goes behind that. Draper back and forth. Edwards at the point will fire a shot wide. Truskow gets the puck near the boards. To Stoppa, who fires a shot. Pad save by Augustine, and he'll freeze it for a face-off.
It was a really good save by Augustine. We're just under 12 minutes left in the first period.
Yep, shots are 5-4 in favor of the Wolverines. They have taken over in the shot lead after really getting dominated those first couple minutes. Nasr to take the draw for the Wolverines in their offensive zone to Trey Augustine's left. Face-off won by Michigan State. Tried for a long pass. Big hit. Rigordi goes down to the pleasure of the...
Shouty.
Yep, Shouty with a good hit there. Here comes the Spartans on a rush here. The puck will be down. Arm is up, though. Looks like we're going to have a delayed penalty. Augustine is to the bench. So Michigan, one of the most penalized teams in college hockey, will go to the box again. Rigordi will touch up, and we'll see what the penalty is. Looks like interference is going to be called on Frank Nasr the third. Interference is the call, so we're going to see one of the better power plays in the league, or the country. Both of these teams are. Michigan has the best power play. Michigan State is the 4th best in the country, and they're 1-2 in the Big Ten. So the special teams are going to play a big role in this game, and the Spartans have the first crack at it. Face-off tied up, but won by the Spartans. Puck is behind the net, and the puck is cleared down the ice. Augustine will settle it down for Michigan State. Michigan with the early clear. We'll see how the Spartans can attack on the power play. Puck is dumped in, chased down by. Plays it back. Tried to ring around. There's Red Savage. Puck misplayed at the point by Levshnoff, and Michigan State forced to reset. A little sloppy here on this power play are the Spartans. Larson tries to bring it forward. Mueller going up against Duke. Back to Mueller right here on the by. Finds a stop. One more pass. Fires a shot and it's just wide. Mueller gets it back for the Spartans. To the point. Back to Mueller. One-timer opportunity. Save made Barczewski. I thought that got through for a second.
Amazing save. Oh my God.
There's the best save of the game so far. Mueller, cross ice. Point shot. The captain. Ninehouse. Blocked in front. And Michigan gets a chance to change.
That was by Dylan Duke.
Battle for Ninehouse held, and it looks like no penalty is going to be called. The crowd wanted it. Breakaway chances. Draper. Oh, what a save made by Augustine. Draper snuck back on the penalty kill, but it was saved by Augustine. Here come the Spartans the other way. Nienhaus. One-timers. Pad save. Barczewski. The game's starting to heat up here. Puck
getting
leaves the
interesting.
zone. 7 seconds left on the Michigan penalty kill. Big hit on the boards as Edwards. Spartans behind the net as the penalty kill is over. Michigan kills off the first power play of the game. And the puck is going to be cleared down. Icing is going to be called. Go ahead, Sydney.
I feel as though Michigan really didn't have to do much there. They have a great power play and were able to get it down on the Michigan State side. But Michigan State really shot their foot on this one, had several good opportunities, but they were missed. And that last breakaway by Draper, it was a missed opportunity because he almost had that.
Tried to tuck it in past Augustine. Augustine held firm, stayed position-wise. Face-off won by the Spartans. Played into the corner. Estapa will try and battle for on the boards. The physicality has grown here. Estapa dumps it off to Nazar. Nazar to Brindley. Brindley crosses the blue line 1-on-4. He'll dump it in and makes a nice move to get the puck himself. Tried to play back to the point. Brindley is still down, and he's jostling behind the goal with someone for the Spartans. McGrory will dump it in and get a line change. Marshall Warren couldn't keep the puck in the Michigan zone. Here come the Spartans. Kelly tried to play, but he turns it over. McGrory will play it off the board. Looked for Hughes, who couldn't find it. Michigan State will dump it in. Marshall Warren to chase it down. Barczewski will settle down. Also a miscommunication there between Barczewski and Warren. No harm there. Stephen Holtz tried to pass off. Another turnover. Both teams a little sloppy leaving their defensive zones here. Holtz across to Tyler Duke. Duke with a long feed. Here comes McGrory on a break. McGrory, it scores! Rucker McGrory on the breakaway gives the Wolverines the lead here on the road, silencing the Spartan crowd.
That was a great breakaway, a great opportunity, a great pass to Rutgers so that he had that shot. A great shot to the top corner of the net.
Yeah, that's a great play by McGrory. What a feed, though. McGrory hung the blue line. The pass led him right away on the breakaway. We'll get the assist in a moment. And McGrory took advantage.
Things are definitely heating up here. We're getting across the ice more often.
McGrory's 7th goal of the year to give the Wolverines the 1-0 lead here in the first. Neither team able to control possession. Tyler Duke hitting it in the air to keep in the neutral zone. But Michigan State's going to have 2 breakaway opportunities. One shorthanded that was saved and one even strength that Michigan took advantage of. Tyler Duke will dump it in for the Wolverines. Ernestine to chase in the corner. Ernestine battling for it. Brought out by Duke. Duke is leveled down to the ice, but he's maintained, stays with it, gets the puck. Dylan Duke fires a shot wide of Augustine. Another opportunity by Casey is wide. Truscott from the point, looking for deflection. It's blocked in front. Michigan State trying to take it forward, and they do. Spartans will dump it in. Dorwar goes down, and that's going to draw a penalty. So Michigan's going to go back in the penalty kill. Great job by Dorwar using his speed, getting past Ernestine, forcing Ernestine. Cross-checking is going to be the official call. So Michigan State, who got stopped on their first power play, will give their second chance of the day.
Getting 1 goal on Trey Augustine is an accomplishment for Michigan because he had a 31-save shutout this last Friday and only let up 2 goals the entire weekend. So 1 goal is adding to the possibility of just playing better than Michigan State on the Michigan side.
Yeah, Michigan taking advantage of the breakaway. That's key because you're not going to get a ton of opportunities, even though, granted, Michigan has already 2 breakaways in this game. But that's critical for Michigan and for Rucker McGordy specifically to take advantage of that breakaway, get it past Augustine, and give Michigan the early lead and quiet this crowd down. This has been a really good atmosphere here early, and you do not want to let this crowd have something extra to cheer about.
Yeah.
So, but this is a big penalty kill for the Wolverines. You cannot. Obviously, both teams are near the top or at the top in the country on the power play. Michigan's penalty kill has been a little lackluster. They gave up a couple opportunities in the last one. We'll see how they can do here.
Just about 7 minutes left in the first period.
Face-off won by the Wolverines, but tried to clear, held in the zone. Howard back to Nienhaus. Howard fires and a save made.
Great save in the glove.
That was a great, nice save. Might have been wide, the shot. Barczewski not taking any chances, though.
Yes.
With the glove on the save by Howard. So we'll have a face-off to Barczewski's left. It's going to be Dorwart taking it for the Spartans against a stop-off for the Wolverines. Stop-off, one of the best face-off men in the country, and Michigan, Michigan, the best face-off team in the country.
Mm-hmm.
They win another draw there, and Brindley brings it forward. He'll simply dump it down and kill some time on his power play. 1:40 to go here in the Spartan power play. The Ernestine cross-check. Here come the Spartans. O'Connell tried to look for Howard in the slot, couldn't get the tip in. In the corner, O'Connell plays it out. Back to Nienhaus. Howard to the captain at the point. A little back and forth. Nienhaus, excuse me. Nienhaus to Howard and back. But Nienhaus mishandled the puck, and a stopper clears it down the ice.
Kind of like before, Michigan State's kind of shooting themselves in the foot with this one. Michigan really didn't move much on the ice for them to be able to get that down.
Yeah, just sloppy there, just mishandling the puck with Nienhaus. Spartans will dump it in, though. Mueller chases it down. Behind the net, Savage. Back to Larson. Here's Savage. To Levshnov. Back to Savage. Levshnov at the point. Looking for the one-timer. Mueller trying to settle it down, but he can't. Puck hopped off his stick, and Shifsky will chase it down for Michigan, but the Spartans coming away with an opportunity here late in the power play. Draper defending away, and it's cleared away by Tyler Duke all the way down. But Nasr down defensively. Open is Draper in the slot, and he scores!
Wow, I didn't think Trey Augustine saw that puck. It just scooted right on by, not much force behind it. I think there was a lot of confusion. You really can't just keep passing around the puck during a power play because eventually one pass is just going to be tipped by the other team's stick, and it's going to go down, and that seems to be the issue with Michigan State here. They're not capitalizing as much as I feel like they should.
And Nasr got the puck when Michigan cleared it, and then he fed a wide-open Draper in the slot who buried it past Augustine, and the Wolverines with a short-handed goal to double the lead. And TJ Hughes is going to bring it forward as the power play is over. A successful penalty kill for the Wolverines, scoring shorthanded and doubling the lead to 2. Spartans bringing it out of the zone. Truscott will control, though, to Edwards. McGrory, he'll dump it in.
That leaves us with 2 for Michigan and 0 for Michigan State with 5 minutes left remaining in the period.
And that's Draper's 3rd goal of the year. And the arm is up.
Warren without a stick.
Flash called. Yeah, but it looks like Shouty's gonna go to the box. Warren, you mentioned you called it right there. Warren's stick was slashed out of his hands. So the Michigan Wolverines, right after getting a shorthanded goal, they're gonna go on the power play, and the nation's best power play has a chance to really take advantage and build a nice cushion here early in this hockey game.
I'm interested in seeing the different ways they play the penalty kill on each side, because we've seen 2 of Michigan's penalty kills, and now it's Michigan State's turn.
Spartans will win the draw, and they'll clear it all the way down. So losing the faceoff was the Wolverines, and they're forced to retreat. Here comes Seamus Casey. Drops it back off. Brindley will use with some speed. Cross the red line and the blue line. To McGrory near the wall. To Casey at the corner of the blue line. Back to Brindley beneath. McGrory back to Casey. Casey at the point. To McGrory at the right dot. Back to Dylan Duke behind the net. To TJ Hughes. Back to Casey. One-timer. Brindley is blockered away by Augustine. Bouncing puck. It's going to be picked up by the Spartans. They had a 2-on-2 opportunity shorthanded. Here, can Michigan take advantage of the change, though? McGrory to Hughes, but Hughes is going to bring it off sides. Dylan Duke was across the blue line ahead of time. So with 1:10 left in this power play, we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone.
There was a lot of controlled passes by Michigan in that power play, but nothing that they could capitalize on.
Estapa to take the draw for the Wolverines. Draw is won by the Michigan State. It's in the Spartan zone. We'll see if they try to clear it here, and they do clear it all the way down. Barczewski will settle it down behind the red line. Gives it off to Ethan Edwards, and Edwards will start the attack for the Wolverines. He'll drop it back to Nasr. Nasr is going to use some speed to Estapa. Estapa will dump it in, and Nasr was brought down. It looks like we're going to have a 5-on-3 coming up in a moment. Barczewski to the bench, whistle blown. So Michigan is going to get a 5-on-3 for 37 seconds as Nasr was brought down. Prime opportunity for the Wolverines to really take over here in the first period of this hockey game.
The crowd is silent.
Tripping is going to be the call. So Michigan 5-on-3 for the next 37 seconds. And the nation's best power play with a prime opportunity to add to the lead here. Tied up face-off, but Michigan will get it. Brindley will to the dot. Cross ice to McGrory. One-time opportunity. Save made Augustine. I don't think he knew where it was, but it was in his pad.
Great save, because I didn't even know where that was.
Yeah, the puck was played behind the net to Duke. Duke found Hughes in the slot, who one-timered it into Augustine's pads. 25 seconds left on the 5-on-3. And then 1:48 to go as the Spartans win the face-off and clear down the ice, killing off some precious 5-on-3 time for the Wolverines. Seamus Casey will bring it forward. Casey will hand it off to Brindley. Brindley across to McGrory. McGrory tried to drop it off to Hughes, but it was well defended. Michigan forced to reset. 5-on-3 is over. Michigan still has a 5-on-4 though. Looking in front, they score! I can't tell who scored that.
It looks like Casey.
Seamus Casey was found open. It is going to be Casey. Brindley found him open in the slot. Casey buries it past Augustine, and the Wolverines lead 3-0.
I mean, we have some of the highest scoring players on that power play, and it's a 5-on-3. There's not much you can do. Got Gavin Brindley, you have Seamus Casey, both really high-scoring players. That was just a really good opportunity, and they capitalized, and they made it happen.
I believe it'll officially be a 5-on-4 power play goal, but it was essentially with the 5-on-3 because the player was just leaving the box. Michigan taking advantage, though, with the power play goal. They've scored on the power play and shorthanded here, and they lead 3-0 as the puck hits a player in the Michigan bench. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. 2:20 to go here in the opening period. The Wolverines up to a 3-0 lead. Shots 11-7 in favor of Michigan. This is a perfect start for the Wolverines. Couldn't have asked for a better start. Getting past Trey Augustine. Face-off won by the Spartans, though. Fires a shot blocker away by Barczewski. Howard tries to get it, though. The point is hit hard by Russell. Way back Ethan Edwards. Edwards tried to play it forward to the blue line. Ernest could not find the puck, though, and Michigan State will keep the possession. Backhander opportunities wide. Howard trying to play, but he can't. Truscott will forward to Shifsky. Shifsky out to Edwards. 2-on-2 for the Wolverines with Ernest, but it's well defended by the Spartans. Here comes Red Savage, though, right off the bench, and that's well defended by Duke. No call. Crowd wanted a call. Well defended by Tyler Duke, as Red Savage had an opportunity right off the bench. And the crowd letting the refs hear how they feel about them with 90 seconds to go here in the first period. Wolverines with a 3-0 lead. O'Connell at the blue line will dump it in. Barczewski will settle it down. Pressured by Savage. Michigan will control Estapa to the blue line. Can't get it out. Nienhaus. Blocker save. Puck is loose in the slot. Opportunity for Larson. And a shot from the red line is saved. Levshnoff had an opportunity from the red line. A little extracurricular behind Barczewski after the whistle is blown. 1:02 here to go in the period.
Tyler Duke has definitely proven himself to be a great defenseman this game. Several different opportunities where he has fully defended against those Michigan State players when they have had opportunities for a great goal, especially that last one.
Yeah, that was a great play by Tyler Duke to prevent Michigan State from getting some momentum in the period. If you're Michigan, you just want to get out of this period with this score line. Don't give the Spartans any kind of momentum. We're under a minute to go here in the opening period. Edwards will settle down to Truscott in the defensive zone. Brindley off the wall. Brindley forward to Truscott, hopped off his stick. Icing is going to be called. So the Spartans will get an offensive zone face-off with 40.8 to go here in period number 1. And
0 for Michigan State, 3 for Michigan, and like previously mentioned, Trey Augustine only let 2 goals in this last weekend, so we've already have 1 on him.
Face-off won by the Spartans. Levshnoff across to Nienhaus. Nienhaus from the point, fires a shot, loose in the slot, couldn't find it, and Truscott clears it away out of the zone. Michigan State with the last-ditch effort trying to score here before the intermission. Cleared away by Hughes. 20 seconds to go. Nienhaus. He's going to clear it all the way down. No icing called, though. Casey will chase in the corner. Dylan Duke will flip it out of the zone. Just trying to kill off these waning moments, which they will. Ernest will simply stand at mid-ice. And that's the end of the opening period, with the Wolverines leading 3-0, including a power play goal, a shorthanded goal, and an even strength goal in that opening frame. Couldn't have asked for a better start against the 7th-ranked Spartans in this rivalry game.
I'm honestly surprised of how the first period had turned out. Trey Augustine is a great goalie, and I was not expecting him to let up 3 in the first, as well as Michigan is such a new team. I didn't know how they were going to play together, having so many people come back from injuries and new players just in this season in general, and Michigan State being higher ranked than Michigan. This is a very interesting first period.
Yeah, Augustine left out to dry in a couple of those goals on the breakaway opportunity that McGroarty brought down, that McGroarty finished, and on the Keenan Draper goal, shorthanded. Nasr chased the puck down in the Michigan State zone after the puck was cleared, and Nasr found Keenan Draper wide open in the middle of the slot. It looks like we have a little teddy bear toss here, so that's very cool. During the intermission, caught me off guard. I was not expecting a teddy bear toss here today. Very cool,
like
though.
For a
I don't know if
donation.
it's just all kinds of toys and plushies, but got me off my thought on the Keenan Draper short-handed goal.
Oh, that was a big one.
Yeah, there's some small ones. There's, what's that, dragon? A nice green dragon near the red dot. A whole assortment of different stuffed animals.
This is so funny.
Someone trying to score. They have little bins, and some people you can tell they're definitely trying to throw it in directly. There's a big pink bear that people are having trouble throwing over right in the penalty box area. I think it's in the penalty box. So
Oh.
a little tiger just thrown over. There's the pink teddy bear completes its journey onto the ice.
Oh, that was huge.
I think that was the biggest one I've seen.
Yeah.
There were a couple kids. They were having a lot of trouble handling it.
I'm assuming this is for donation.
I would assume so. So good for a good cause here, what you like to see, for sure. They got quite a lot too. They filled up most of these little carts full of toys and everything.
Some last stuffed animals being thrown over.
As the remaining stuffed animals get thrown, I'll go over some of the stats from that first period. The 3 goals were scored. Rucker McGroarty with his 7th goal of the season. Tyler Duke and Stephen Holtz with the helpers there. That was an even strength goal. Then Keenan Draper shorthanded scored with assist from Frank Nasr. And then Dylan Duke gets credit with the power play goal. Casey and McGroarty getting the assist. So McGroarty with 2 points already in that first period. The Duke brothers with a point each. Both teams with 2 power plays. The Wolverines 1 for 2. The Spartans 0 for 2, and the Spartans also gave up a shorthanded goal. Michigan State leading the faceoffs 15-8, but the Wolverines leading the shots 11-8.
There's almost 7,000 people in attendance at this game tonight. That's crazy.
Yeah,
6,550 people.
That's above the capacity. I believe the capacity is around 6,100, so standing rooms are filled today, and we can see that as we look around the concourse. This is my first time here at Munn Ice Arena, and it's a nice arena. I really like it a lot. Just the one bowl feels pretty open, but it's a really nice scoreboard here. The crowd here, the crowd's been lively. Obviously, they're down 3-0, so they've quieted down a little bit as the period went on. But overall, though, a great atmosphere, and nothing better than something's going on
There's
there.
a stuffed animal stuck in the net.
Oh, there is a stuffed animal.
And they're trying to get it
a
out.
little gray, I can't tell what that is, but it's stuck on the corner of the net and the boards. That's definitely something they're going to have to take care of before this period resumes, I would assume. And it is like hanging. It's like the tag is like caught up in the net. It is just hanging on the net, and one of the equipment managers or the people taking care of the ice trying to handle it. He can't, and the crowd loves that the teddy bear stays in the netting. I don't know how they're going to figure that out with 12 minutes before the period as the ice starts getting cleaned. They got 12 minutes to figure out how to get that teddy bear, Sydney. I don't know what ideas they're going to have. He has like a long stick, I believe, for cleaning up the ice a little bit.
Imagine it falls during the game.
Yeah, that could be a little issue. We'll see if they try and make sure that is not a problem.
I'm surprised of the lack of Michigan fans at this game. We're not too far away, and I'm seeing only a handful of Michigan fans. There's so many Michigan State fans.
And not too many braved the trip out here to East Lansing, but we did. WCBN Sports.
Yes, we did.
Live from East Lansing, which is great. We're very happy to be here. My first time, as I mentioned, here at Munn. It's always fun heading up to our neighbors to the northwest for whatever sporting activity or whatever activity, and just enjoying the rivalry. I wasn't heckled going in today to the stadium. I just had my Michigan hat on. I did not have anything else on, so no heckles from students or anything today. but this rivalry runs deep, and with the state of these two programs in hockey this year specifically, we mentioned it, the Spartans are ranked 7th. They've gotten points in their last 7 games. They're playing very good, one of their best seasons in recent memories for the Michigan State. But for Michigan to be able to handle the adversity, to be able to come in on the road in against their arch rival, and to put up 3 in the first period, especially with the way the first couple minutes went, where it was dominated by the Spartans. Props to the Wolverines and the way they played in that opening frame, but there's still a lot of time left. This Spartan team can score the puck. We know that. Trey Augustine, I assume he'll settle down these next 40 minutes. So for Michigan, for the Wolverines, they just got to keep applying the pressure. They cannot let up here. You cannot let Michigan State get back in this game here at home. You give them one goal, they get the crowd back into it, and a second goal, and then it's anyone's game. And obviously this is the first of 4 meetings between these two teams, culminating at Little Caesars Arena in Detroit for the whenever these two teams face off, it's always an exciting matchup. Michigan won 3 of 4 last year. All the games were close. The duel in the D, particularly, with Michigan scoring in overtime with like a second left. But obviously early on here, it's been all Wolverines in the opening frame. Thank you so much for joining us here today. We appreciate all of our listeners. WCBN Sports, Michigan Athletics, commercial-free, student-run radio, and we appreciate you guys giving us the opportunity. Your listener, they give us the opportunity to come travel to these road games.
Yes.
No matter how far away or how close in this case. We got a lot of games coming up. The Michigan basketball team, I know they've been really struggling this year, but they're heading to West Lafayette on Tuesday in what will be a very exciting showcase against the Purdue Boilermakers. We'll have live coverage of that game Tuesday night.
It was a very close game, so they just need a little oomph.
Yeah, they've blown a lot of leads, the Wolverines have, and on the hard floor. And we saw earlier this year for the Wolverines hockey team, they were unable to finish the games. They've had blown leads in the third period in multiple games early in the year against Wisconsin twice. We saw it against Minnesota early in the year. So if you're Michigan, obviously this is the time to start getting those points in the Big Ten. Michigan 5th in the Big Ten. They only have 12 points. They do have 2 games at hand, but they're still in the lower half of the Big Ten going right now. The Spartans are Big Ten leaders right now, 31 points. So this is a big game for Michigan. If you can get these 3 points tonight, if you can come back tomorrow and take care of the Spartans once again at home. You're right, dependent fanatic. Football won the Natty, so you can't ask for anything better than that.
You can't beat that.
A sacrifice. You could say that we sacrificed some Michigan basketball success for the national championship, and was it worth it? Definitely was. That was awesome to see the Wolverines taking care of Washington and running the gauntlet on the gridiron. And then thinking about for Michigan on the hockey team for hockey. There's a correlation between Michigan football championships and Michigan hockey's success. Last time the hockey team won the national championship, they won 2 out of 3 years, and Sanderson between them was a Michigan national championship, the '97 championship. And then back in the 40s, the football team and hockey team won championships right around the same time. So you're right. This is the time, though, for Michigan. They made the past 2 Frozen Fours. This year's been a little less than they have in the past compared to their dominance, especially in their record-wise.
Yeah.
Only 10-7-3. We mentioned it in the middle of the Big Ten, but the Big Ten is very good this year, as it always is. But if you're the Wolverines, if you can get hot at the right time, you have the experience that you have a successful Big Ten tournament where you've won the 2 straight Big Ten tournament championships, both at Mariucci in Minnesota, you could have success there again. And they have a lot of experience that if they can make it back to the Frozen Four this year in St. Paul, to maybe finally get over the hump and take care of business and win a championship that this hockey program hasn't seen.
Very similar to the football team. I mean, we went to the final 4 teams of the football playoffs twice and then finally won the national championship game. So
That's
maybe
point,
our hockey team can do something similar.
That's a great point. Yeah, you're right. The Wolverines, it took a couple years in the college football playoff semifinals before they got over the hump against Alabama in the Rose Bowl. We'll see how the Wolverines, do. They're 14th in the pairwise, so they're in position to make the Frozen Four, or not the Frozen Four, the NCAA tournament specifically. But they're near the bottom portion, so they definitely need to have a stronger second half of the season if they want to do that. And this is a perfect start. Next week, we have Michigan State today and tomorrow. Next week, Wisconsin comes to town. They've had a great year themselves before Michigan goes to Columbus. So the Big Ten schedule's a gauntlet. And then you have the Michigan State once again with the duel in the D.
Yeah.
It's a gauntlet schedule, this Big Ten conferences. So Michigan, they split a lot of series in the 2023 calendar year. Can they get a couple of sweeps here? Can they win? Can they string together a little win streak or something?
Yeah.
Really build the points, get that confidence going. They did take care of Stonehill last week, so that was an impressive. They really dominated that series.
They really did.
I guess their first-year program in Stonehill, nonetheless, but still, for Michigan to score 12 goals on Friday and then 7 on Saturday.
One of the most since like 1997 when they scored 13. So they definitely are showing what they're made of, and hopefully they can continue. I mean, a win against Michigan State tonight would be huge, especially since they're leading the Big Ten. So
it would be. This would be a really big win for Michigan, but there's still 40 minutes to play. It is a 3-goal game, but a lot can happen. Michigan State can score the puck. They scored 5 goals against Penn State last week in Happy Valley. Michigan State is no stranger to putting pucks in the net. These two teams are 2 of the best scoring offenses in the country. So Michigan just got to keep the pedal to the metal. They're about 3 minutes out from the start of period number 2.
I believe Michigan's number 2 scoring offense, and Michigan State maybe number 4, and their defenses are very comparable, being the 28th and 29th most scoring defenses in the country. So very comparable teams.
Yeah, these teams do have a lot of similarities, both very strong power plays, which we've seen Michigan take advantage of here already, the number 1 power play. We've harped on that a couple times, but special teams will win hockey games, and obviously Michigan gets penalized quite a bit, but for them to take advantage shorthanded and score a goal, as they got penalized twice, you definitely want to clean it up a little bit if you're Michigan. But when you can win the special teams battle in a hockey game, you're more than likely going to come out on top.
Yeah, and for Michigan State, they need to really clean up their play as well, not letting as many breakaways happen, because as a goalie, those are almost impossible to stop, a breakaway. So they need to really clean that up in order to prevent Michigan from scoring any more goals.
And the officials come out to serenade of boos. Probably definitely, especially the Munsters, the student section here for Michigan State. They were not too pleased with a couple of non-calls, I'd say.
They're honestly very similar to the children of Yost back at home. They have a whiteout tonight, and tomorrow we'll have a maze out.
Tomorrow's a maze out, you're right. All the fans have those. The pom-poms, the green and white pom-poms. We'll see if the Spartans can give them something to wave those pom-poms here in that second period, as there was not much to cheer about in that opening period.
They're getting quiet, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, just about a minute plus away from as the Spartans are coming out on their bench. One of the unique things about Munn is that the benches are on the opposite sides of each other. So Michigan State's bench is on our side, the near side, and the Wolverines bench, the visitors' bench, is on the opposite side. You don't see that a lot in hockey, where the benches are across from each other, not next to each other. A unique setup for sure. That's a Spartan fight song is played by the Michigan State Band. Both teams getting on the ice, and we are just about set to get ready here. Period number 2. Once again, I'm Peter Nasr. Alongside me is Cyprian. Thank you for tuning in on your Friday night for some Michigan hockey. And a great matchup this has been. And 20 minutes down, the Wolverines up 3-0 against the 7th-ranked Spartans.
In the start of the second period, we have 3 goals, like previously mentioned. Rutgerd McGrody, Draper, Dylan Duke, assisted by several of the other guys on the team. So it's a very much of a team effort happening tonight on the Michigan end.
Nasr to take the draw for the Wolverines against Dorwart for the Spartans. Face-off won by Nasr.
A little bit of a doggy pile.
You know, a lot of sticks have been loose early today. Michigan going right to left. Excuse me, left to right towards us. And the Spartans are heading the other way. Puck will be dumped in. Michigan will chase it. Seamus Casey in the defensive zone. Makes a nice little move to get some space. Plays it forward. Here comes Nasr. Nasr makes a move. Plays it across to Brindley. Across the wall. Brindley looked to dump it in. Nasr will get it, and Nasr is brought down by a nice hit. Here come the Spartans. 3-on-3 developing. They'll simply dump it in. Edwards will play back. Seamus Casey to reset behind Barczewski. Michigan plays across the board. Here comes Brindley's open breakaway. Save Augustine. Michigan State has left a couple guys open on breakaways. Augustine's making the save there. That could have really been a killer if Michigan State gave that one up. Puck will be dumped in as the Augustine chance. Rain trying to get their goaltender going after he made a stellar save on the breakaway. Delayed offsides. Michigan will take over though. Edwards will rifle it down the boards behind Augustine. Dylan Duke chasing, and Dylan Duke bringing down a Spartan. No call though. Here come the Spartans the other way. Russell battling with Edwards. Played across. Nice little drop off by LaPointe to Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer will dump it in and change. TJ Hughes chasing it down. Michigan will complete the change. Here's a breakaway for the Spartans. So it's Larson. Arm is up. There's going to be a penalty. Is he going to point to the dot for a penalty shot? No, but the Spartans will get a power play. Larson was hooked on a breakaway. So Michigan, we mentioned it, Michigan gets penalized a lot, and they cannot be giving the Spartan power play opportunities to get back in this hockey game. And they do here, though. Edwards is going to the box. Or excuse me, that's, I can't tell who it is weighing in that's Marshall Warren, excuse me. Going to the box for hooking. Face-off won by Michigan State. But Michigan will take over, and here they come. Shifty shorthanded, one-on-one. He's going to fire it. Easy pad save by Augustine. Spartans will reset. Mueller will drop it off to Levshnov. Levshnov drops it off to Mueller. Mueller to Larson, or Savage, excuse me. Savage will play forward. Michigan State trying to set up their offense. Larson will look into the slot, but nobody was there, and Michigan will complete the change. Blocked at the blue line, but does get out. Spartans forced to reset. Mueller looking to play it forward. Red Savage, excuse me, chasing it down. Here's Larson across the wall to the point. Here comes Michigan State, though. Fires a shot high and defended away, or blocked away and out of play. So we'll have a face-off in the Michigan defensive zone. 1:01 to go here on the Marshall Warren hooking call.
Both teams really need to clean up their passing and their play in general. I mean, Michigan State letting a breakaway happen, and Michigan with Warren in the penalty box.
Face-off won by Michigan, but the Spartans will control. Across ice, fires a shot, pad save Barczewski. to the point, though. Here comes Nasr. Nasr one-on-one, short-handed on Ninehouse. That puck will go out of play. Ninehouse and Nasr went one-on-one there. Nasr fired the puck. Not sure if it was deflected, but went out of play. So Michigan, short-handed with 42 seconds left, will have a face-off in their offensive zone. Estapa to take the draw for Michigan. Estapa's tied up and loses the draw. Nienhouse will control behind the Spartan net. Nienhouse brings it forward, drops it back for Dorwart. Dorwart plays it back to Nienhouse at the point. Nienhouse walks the blue line. Across. Back to Nienhouse at the point. Nienhouse looking. Tries to get a one-timer attempt, but the puck was off of the stick of Howard and forced out of play. And then Michigan completes the clear with a Estapa with a backhander all the way into the corner near the Munsters to Augustine's right. Michigan State 0 for 3 on the power play as Marshall Warren exits the box. Isaac Howard lost control of the puck for a moment. He gets it back. Puck is dumped in. Russell clears into the corner. Behind the net. One-time opportunity. Glove save, Augustine.
Great save, Trey Augustine. Amazing save.
Great save. TJ Hughes with a great pass behind the net. Found Dylan Duke, who's open in the slot. Michigan State has left a lot of players open in the slot. Duke was there again. He fired the one-timer. And as you mentioned, Augustine with a stellar glove save.
Coming up on the face-off, Michigan State won the majority of their face-offs in the first period.
Yeah, for Michigan being the best face-off team in the country, Michigan State has controlled the dots here today. Spartans trying to bring it forward. They can't get control. Puck's going to be dumped in. No icing as the official calls it tipped or deflected. Michigan, the Wolverines will bring it forward. Nice move by Hughes. Hughes with a spin, but he's knocked away by two defenders. Puck in the corner. Hughes still battling for in the corner. Hughes and Moldenhauer. Puck plays across. Stephen Holtz is going to get there. Fires a shot deflected off the stick of Geary and out of play.
If both teams are able to settle down the passes, maybe they'll have an opportunity to capitalize on a shot. Michigan, being in the Michigan State defense side, all they really need to do is settle down and come up with a play and make it happen.
Shifsky taking the draw for Michigan. It's going to be won, though, by Savage. Michigan State will just try and dump it in, but they can't really get anything going. Michigan has done a great job this period not allowing Spartans to get anything going offensively, but Michigan will ice the puck. So Spartans will get faced off offensively. It will be to Barczewski's right. Shots are 14-10 in favor of the Wolverines. Scoreboard 3-0. 15 minutes, 3 seconds to go here in period number 2. Face-off won by Michigan State. Larson will fire a shot, deflected and out of play, so we'll do it again.
The shot is just as important as the pass. I think both teams need to pass a little bit more and come up with plays rather than just blindly shoot at the net, because a lot of these are going out of play.
We're getting a lot of sticks in the shooting lane. Face-off won by the Spartans. Savage chasing in the corner. Both players go down. The Savage comes away with it. Fires a shot with Gucciardi. Michigan State with a chance in the slot. Michigan trying to get out of the zone. Some bodies in front of Barczewski going down for both teams. Michigan will dump it all the way down, and Shifsky will chase it. Lays the body a little bit, but Michigan State will bring it forward. O'Connell forward to Savage. Savage into the Michigan defensive zone. Savage is well defended. O'Connell now. O'Connell behind the net. Looks for Larson. Larson couldn't handle it. He was open in the slot.
Missed opportunity
Big
for
hit.
Michigan State.
Yeah, that was a definitely missed opportunity for the Spartans. And a turnover, Estapa mishandled it. He had a chance potentially on a breakaway off the turnover. O'Connell controls defensively for the Spartans in the corner. Battled for, Michigan will recover. Edwards at the point. Wrist shot, blocked in front, and it finds its way to Augustine, who will cover for a draw.
A lot of tussle in the front of the net here.
And we're starting to see a little bit more physicality. If you're Wolverines, you got to stay out of the box. You don't let Michigan State instigate you into getting a cheap penalty.
Honestly, I was expecting a lot more physicality in this game, especially being the longest college hockey rivalry. But they're kind of keeping it back tonight.
You're right. It's not been overly. We have seen a couple really good hits on both sides, but none of the extra chippiness that you might expect in this kind of rivalry. We've definitely not seen too much of that. We'll see as this game goes on if we do end up seeing it. McGroarty turns it over here off the draw defensively, but Michigan State not able to get into their zone. Wolverines will reset. It's Edwards controlling and slowing things down. Tried to get it to Truscott. Truscott forward to Nasr, who played it to nobody. Michigan State then looking for an opportunity, but they turned it over to Truscott. Brindley a little slow to getting up as he was hit. Brindley going to go shaking up into the Michigan bench. Here's the Spartans offensively, looking for an opportunity in the slot. Opportunity there, but no shot was able to got on net. As now we've seen some physical play. Both teams leveling the body a little bit. There's a big hit there on Nasr. Trying to get this crowd back into it. But the puck is simply going to be dumped in. LaPointe will chase it. Nienhuis is leveled by LaPointe on the boards. Michigan State tries to play it forward, but they haven't been able to control the puck off their stick. TJ Hughes thought about entering the zone. He'll play off to Holtz, who will dump it in. Puck high. Lofter, Estapa will chase it near the Michigan bench, but turnover offside, so is Dorwart. So we'll have a face-off in the neutral zone. Michigan State, they've not been able to settle the pucks down when they're in their offensive zone, and they haven't been able to get many opportunities here in this period, just the 2 shots. And when you're trailing 3-0, they've had a couple opportunities, they just can't take advantage of them. We're going to redo the face-off in the neutral zone.
The blue line is so important, and I feel like Michigan State has been struggling with that blue line with the offsides and letting the puck go outside of the zone.
Yeah, they definitely haven't, and they haven't been able to enter the zone too. They'll win the face-off and dump it in. Chasing is Dorwart, but he won't be able to control, so Michigan will take it. Tyler Duke tries to play it forward to Tanner Rowe near the boards, near the bench. Here comes Dorwart, though, will come out of the scrum. He's going to wrist shot blocked in front. Michigan State controls behind the net. Levels the body as Stoppa will have it in the corner. Stoppa will play it off, and he gets hit to Seamus Casey. Casey forward to Duke. Puck deflected, a little hot potato with that puck there. Michigan State will simply dump it in and reset. Barczewski will settle down to Tyler Duke. Tanner Rowe falling in front of the bench. They tried to feed it to him. He can't control it. So Michigan State, long ice pass. Howard. Here comes Isaac Howard. He can't control the puck. It's loose in his stick. And he looked for a pass in the slot that was turned over. Neither team really be able to control the puck. I don't know if the ice is a little choppy or not. Here only with 11 plus to go here in period number 2. Michigan State will simply dump it in and chase it. They do control the puck in the corner. Now it's a battle 4. Neither team really able to establish trying to get it out. But Michigan will be the one to come away with the puck in the corner. Look for Ernest on a long pass. Doesn't get there. Spartans will draw the icing, so they'll have a chance for a face-off in their offensive zone.
Both teams, like you said, were struggling to keep a hold of the puck. Seems like in between the periods, they buttered their sticks. Not really sure what's going on here, but we have almost 11 minutes left in the second period. It's still 0 for Michigan State, and 3 for Michigan.
Michigan wins the defensive zone face-off. Edwards controls behind the net. Plays it off the boards. Ernest to chase it. Can't get it, though. But Ernest trying to poke it away from Nienhuis. But Nienhuis played it forward. Here's Larson. Inside, into the slot. Couldn't get a handle for it with Savage. Michigan State holds it in the zone, though. Larson near the blue line. To the slot. Nienhuis fires a slow puck that's knocked away with the pad by Barczewski. Michigan State trying to apply some pressure. The puck left the zone, though Nienhaus couldn't hold it in. TJ Hughes will simply dump it in for Michigan and get a line change. Moldenhauer holds in the zone. Battle for, and that puck will exit, looking for Levshnov on a bouncing pass. Doesn't get through. Here comes the Wolverines, though. Shifsky stops to Moldenhauer in the slot. Moldenhauer lost handle of the puck, as we've seen become a common play here in this period. Levshnov plays it forward. It's going to be dumped in by Mueller. Michigan will reset it with Warren to Tyler Duke in the corner. Played it forward to Moldenhauer, but it was turned over. Across the boards. Michigan comes away with it. Here comes McGroarty. McGroarty played it forward to Warren, but Warren couldn't handle it. He'll simply push it into the corner. Michigan State will bring it out offensively. Here come the Spartans on a potential opportunity. They will simply dump and chase and get a couple fresh legs. Long feed looking for Brindley. I don't know what that hit. I think it hit the stanchion or something. It falls harmlessly, so I believe we're going to have a face-off in the defensive zone after the media timeout. But it looks for a long pass. I don't know where it went. I don't know if you saw where the puck went. If it hit the scoreboard, maybe?
No, I think it may have hit one of the beams
it might
on
have
the
hit
ceiling.
The beams.
I mean, we've been getting a little close in the crease on both ends of the team, and I know from my brother being a goalie, as a goalie, that is not fun to have to sit there while people are messing with the puck in front of the crease. It's easier to take the puck around the net and maybe try to get it in the back.
Yeah, you mentioned it, and it looks like they're going to have free pizza.
I want one.
I do too. I'm kind of hungry, if I'm being honest with you. Oh, they're right here. I don't think they're not going to give it to us, obviously.
Maybe we can have them throw it up to us.
Because we're in the press level. As the ushers are trying to get the fans going with some free pizza. That fan looks happy to have a nice box. What's that, a single slice, nice big slice of pizza?
Pizza House.
Oh, it's Pizza House. That's exciting.
We have one of those down in Ann Arbor.
That's some good pizza.
I mean, previously I mentioned that Michigan and Michigan State have been holding it back, but as soon as I said that, there's been a lot of tussling going on in the game. So excited to see if it continues, get the crowd riled up.
Yeah, the physicality has definitely been there as Spartans lose the draw. Brindley will take it forward and dump it in. We've seen a lot of dumping and chasing here these past few minutes in this period. Tyler Duke at the red line for the Wolverines. He will dump it, and Michigan will chase it.
Not a really big fan of a dump and chase.
Yeah, it's not working for either side. A little bit of neither team really able to establish here. Turnover, though. Here's McGroarty. McGroarty tries to make a move. Can't get through completely, but Michigan will hold in his own. Deflected in front by Nasr. Is slowly blocked away by Augustine. Michigan controls at the point. Brindley behind the net. Tussles forward with Geary. Battle for Nasr comes away with it. He is brought down by Dorwart. Physicality has to be seen. Dorwart with another hit. Here's Casey, though. Casey finds Tyler Duke in a slot. Who fires the shots? Blocked in front. Doesn't get through. And the Spartans will finally get out of the zone as Michigan applied some really good forechecking pressure there. Geary will play forward. He's nearly turned it over. Tanner Rowe could not handle the bouncing puck. He would have had a great opportunity. Here now Rowe controls it to Draper. Draper enters the zone. Harmless shot, wrist shot is saved by Augustine. And now, for the first time, we're seeing a little real physical extracurricular activity.
An actual
referee
fight.
Down on the ice. And
brought the ref down.
And that also brought the referee's arm up. We're going to get some sort of penalties called. You'll see the aftermath of this altercation.
Looks like it's Rowe and Geary in the corner, and
Estapa doesn't look happy. I think he's going to get called.
I mean, Estapa gets called a lot,
yeah,
if we're being
that's not too
honest.
surprising. One of the more penalized players. Estapa still drawing with Red Savage, who's the other player. Excuse me, that's not Red Savage.
Kelly.
Yeah,
they're still
Tanner
chirping
Kelly.
as they're walking into the dugout together, or skating, shall I say.
Yeah, so it looks like we're going to have some 4-on-4, unless they're just going to... Yeah, it looks like we'll have some 4-on-4 hockey. Estapa and Tanner Kelly to go to the box. I didn't hear what they said. Did you hear what they said?
I think they're talking to the
I think
captains.
they're going to review it.
Yeah, I think they're reviewing it.
Yeah,
I don't think
they
it
are.
was an official penalty called yet.
We have the official going into the penalty box to look at something. Brian Aaron and Sean Fernandez are our referees for today. So we'll see what they're reviewing. Maybe to see if something more, a little too much, or if they just want to see which players should be put in the sin bin.
Yeah.
But we'll wait on the review here.
They did bring down the referee. I mean, I would be really upset if I was brought down, so I don't see it going very positively.
Yeah, the ref was trying to hold back. I couldn't tell who. The ref was trying to split up two jostling players, and they went down, and the referee went down with them. Everyone seems okay, though, including the official, but they are in the box looking at something. So we'll take a moment to see what they're reviewing and what will come out of this penalty, this little extracurricular activity to Augustine's right. 8:26 to go here in period number 2. Wolverines up 3-0 here against the Spartans in East Lansing. WCBN Sports' live presentation of Michigan hockey. We appreciate you joining in for a live coverage here from Munn Ice Arena here in East Lansing as the official taking off the headset. Looks like they might be getting ready to decide on
Currently, we have 17 shots for Michigan, 11 for Michigan State. And Michigan State surprisingly has one more face-offs than Michigan, being 22 to Michigan's 13. I mean, Michigan is known for winning their face-offs, so I'm a little surprised about that.
Yeah, Michigan has struggled in the dot like you just... Wow.
Ooh. Oh.
So it's going to be 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. And then, because Tanner Kelly was called for a 5-minute major, not a game misconduct, but simply a 5-minute major penalty. I couldn't hear what it was for. I think something with the face mask.
Yes.
Estapa is simply going to get 2 for roughing.
Yes.
So we're going to have 4-on-4 for 2 minutes. And then Michigan is going to get 3 minutes of power play coming out of this. So Michigan comes away the victors of this little altercation.
State fans are very upset.
Yeah, the Spartan fans are not happy with the ruling there, but for now we're going to get some 4-on-4 hockey. Broken stick off the draw. No penalty called, though. I can't tell who lost the stick.
Might be the second or third broken stick this game.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of broken sticks. Nienhaus will settle things down for the Spartans. 4-on-4, like we said, for 1:43, and then we'll have 3 minutes of 5-on-4 power play for the Wolverines. Ethan Edwards will settle things down for Michigan. Neither team really able to control anything. Truss got bodied as he turned it over. Here comes Larson. Larson's knocked away by Edwards. Well defended there. Oh, open in the slot. What a save by Barczewski.
Wow.
Larson was wide open in the slot. He got the puck, found him, and he fired a shot. That was pad save by Barczewski.
Good
Critical
recover.
save. Great recover.
By Edwards, too.
Mm-hmm. Puck will be bounced all the way to Barczewski, who mishandled it for a moment, but he will freeze it for a face-off. So Michigan State with a couple opportunities here in this 4-on-4 to claw back into this game, but Barczewski held firm there with a great save, point blank.
That 5-minute major was for face mask, just to confirm, and the 2 minutes for roughing.
Face-off won by Michigan State. Fires a off-angled shot and a save in the chest by Barczewski. Daniel Russell, the one who fired the shot. But we'll do it again with another face-off opportunity. Carson Dorwart to take the draw for Michigan State. He wins the draw and fired a shot that was wide. Puck maintains in the zone. Michigan State can't really control it, though. So the Wolverines will settle down. Tyler Duke will bring it back all the way around Barczewski, using the net to screen away from Dorwart, but Dorwart applying some good pressure. Puck played forward, dumped all the way across, slowly into the Michigan State zone, and the Spartans will try and bring it forward. 30 seconds to go in the 4-on-4 before Michigan gets a power play. Pad save Barcheski, loose puck in the slot. Scrum for Michigan comes away with it for a moment, but the Spartans hold in the zone. What a move there from Michigan State's Russell, but he couldn't get anything going, and the Wolverines will simply hold on to it. 10 seconds. Slow dump in by Ernest. Line change before the power play gets ready to commence for Michigan. Michigan State controls, and they're going to settle things down and stop us out of the box. We have 3 minutes of power play for the Wolverines. The power play starts in the Michigan defensive zone. Truscott will settle things down. Forward to McGordy, back to Brinley. Brinley skates across the center ice logo. Brinley makes a move and gets in. Puck hopped on him a little bit, but Brinley controls it behind the net. Looking into the slot to McGordy. Back to the point. Truscott. McGordy at the dot. McGordy looking. McGordy walks in, fires, blocked in front. Brinley controls at the boards. Across to Truscott. McGordy looking across. Puck didn't get through, but McGordy looking for Duke. He couldn't find it. Puck still in the Michigan offensive zone. They continue to control. Brinley across the wall. Fires a shot harmlessly, patted away by Augustine, and the puck is finally cleared away past the stick of Truscott, and Barcheski will settle things down. 2 minutes to go in the Michigan power play for the 5-minute major penalty for face mask on Tanner Kelly, for the Spartans. Here comes Michigan State. Nasr drops it off. Into the corner. Nasr tried to bring it back. He does. Rings around. Shifsky chases after on the wall. Is stopped at the red line. He was looking for a point man. No one was there. This can go all the way down to Barcheski. Clock continues to tick away. 4:53 to go. Period number 2. 1:25 in the power play. Michigan forward is Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer's hit off the puck and knocked down. And Michigan State will poke it away. Dorwart completes the clear. Edwards will control at the Big Ten logo. Edwards to Shifsky. Shifsky brings it into the zone. Shifsky trying to get the angle. Doesn't. Will spin around. Finds an open Duke. Can't get the shot away, or the shot was fired and saved by Augustine. McGordy holds it in the zone. To Brinley. Brinley skates along the wall. Looking for, he scores!
Great backdoor shot right there. A little bit of a tap. A pass from Brinley. That was amazing.
Brinley
Wow.
found Dylan Duke in the slot, who tipped it in. What a play by the Wolverines, and they score their second power play goal. And they lead 4-0 here in the second.
Honestly, Michigan was doing great during the power play. Michigan State just did an amazing job pressuring them. And at the end, Michigan prevailed with that goal. It was an amazing goal. Really, really hard for Trey Augustine to stop, I will admit. That's 4 against Trey Augustine, and that makes us at 4-0.
They're not going to, potential goaltender interference. They are going to challenge. They're going to check to see if Dylan Duke kicked it in. Yeah. It was very close. Dylan Duke it was a pass from Brinley right into the slot, and Dylan Duke was moving in from the dot with some pace right into the blue paint. And from our angle, I couldn't tell what he used to put it in.
It looked a little muddy.
We'll take a look at the replay. Remember, you can angle your stick. You just cannot kick. So it can go off your skate, but you cannot kick it in. This one's hard to tell.
Yeah,
Look at the score.
Even
it's
hard to look
tell.
there.
So as of now, Dylan Duke is credited with his second goal of the game. Both of his goals today have been on the power play. We'll see if this stands. They are reviewing for kicking motion. So we'll await the call. The officials are leaving the box, and we'll await the ruling from one of our referees. Call on the ice stands. Michigan gets the goal. Dylan Duke angling the skate, and deflecting off his skate and into the net past Augustine, to the dismay of this crowd. 4-0 Wolverines here in the period number 2. Michigan State won the draw, and they're going to dump it all the way down. Casey will take his time to control. Gavin Brindley and McGroarty credited with the assists on that goal, and Michigan State loses their timeout due to the unsuccessful challenge of the goal. Michigan State will clear it all the way down. Barczewski will settle it.
That was a good challenge, though. I will give them that. I probably would have challenged it as well.
Here comes Casey, though. Feeds it off to Draper, that's Hughes, excuse me, who's in the slot, but he fired the shot wide. Battled forward on the wall. Casey comes away with it for the Wolverines. To McGroarty at the corner. McGroarty battling with Sturback. Sturback's going to bring it out for the Spartans. The power play is over. It wasn't major, so the power play continued. Mueller fired the shot wide that left the zone completely. Looked for Larson. He couldn't get the puck. Just over 3 minutes to go here in period number 2. Puck all the way down behind Augustine. Larson to control in the corner. Battling with Draper. Puck loose in the slot with Savage and Draper battling for it back into the corner in front of the Michigan State student section. To the point, Marshall Warren. He's blocked away. That was Shifsky, excuse me. Out to Holtz. Holtz will dump it in. Augustine using his glove to settle the puck down behind his net. The puck hit the stanchion awkwardly. Larson couldn't get the puck forward for the Spartans, but now Michigan State will settle it down and bring it forward to O'Connell. O'Connell brings it in the zone. Offsides is going to be called, though. With 2:22 to go here in period number 2. Wolverines 4-0 lead, and they've dominated this second period in the shot department.
100%. You can kind of feel the dismay of the Michigan State fans and team. What they need to do is pick up the energy and just act upon it. We still have a period to go.
Face-off won by the Spartans, but Michigan gets it control right away. Ernest brings it across the line, but he's going to be just off sides. We'll have another face-off. 2:14 left. Here in the period, this will go back in the neutral zone right in front of the penalty box. On Augustine's left side in the neutral zone. But that's Dylan Duke's 12th goal of the year. Gets another power play goal. Here comes Michigan, though, 2-on-1. Defend away looking for Nasr. Brindley fires a shot wide. Nasr on the rebound chance, and Augustine gets in front to make the save. Here come the Spartans, 3-on-3. Drops off Dorwar. Hit the official in the corner to Michigan's advantage, as the Wolverines will be able to, for a moment, get it out. They do get it out. And the Spartans will force to dump it in to regain onside. Michigan controls, looking for the long pass to Duke. Duke played it to nobody. So Michigan State will chase it down. Shouty for the Spartans plays it back to Nienhaus, excuse me. Barczewski plays it behind his net. Shouty fires a shot wide. That goes all the way out of the zone. So that the Spartans will reset with Levsnov. Here comes Michigan State with a chance, though, but they can't really enter the zone with much success. TJ Hughes plays it forward to Earn it, looking for Ernest. Ernest will dump it in. Puck sits behind the goal. Last minute time in the period. Here come the Spartans with an opportunity. Can't settle the puck down in the slot. Puck really hopping these last couple of moments. Michigan finally settles it down and backhanded nearly out of the zone. Held in, though, by Michigan State. Seamus Casey will finally control for Wolverines, and they'll look to break out here. 36 seconds to go in this period number 2. LaPointe forced a turnover, and he'll dump it into the corner. Here come the Spartans. Once again, it's Mueller crosses the blue line. Mueller drops it back for an opportunity. Back in the corner, Mueller. Cross. Larson, one-timer. It's wide. That was Sturback, who fired the shot wide. Puck held in the zone. 7 seconds to go here in the second period. Michigan's just trying to kill these last couple moments. McGroarty will do it. He'll dump it all the way down. Augustine will play it with its paddle as the horn sounds, That is the end of the second period. Michigan with a 4-0 lead. They score once in that period on the power play. Dylan Duke with his second goal of the game. Both of them on the power play. And Michigan with a perfect 40 minutes so far.
Yes, I mean, there's definitely a shift. I would say Michigan gained a lot more energy and a lot more power in this last period, and Michigan State, it looks like they're kind of letting this 4-0 deficit kind of ruin their mood. They really need to pick up the energy. There's still a period left, and I've seen it myself. You can score 4 in a period, so Michigan can't let them do that, and Michigan State really needs to pick up their energy.
Yeah, you're 100% right. This game, while may seem out of hand, they're definitely, you get one early goal, especially at home, you get this crowd going, and anything can happen, especially in a rivalry game. This is Michigan State's this is their big rival. Obviously, this is also Michigan's big rival too. So rivalry games, you see crazier things happen, especially in those kind of rivalries. You get a puck bouncing your way, and anything can happen. But if you're the Wolverines, you have to be happy with your performance. You've kept the offense going from last week. We scored 19 goals in 2 games against Stonehill. We saw Michigan, they put up 5 in the exhibition against the U.S. National Team Development Program over in Plymouth to start the calendar year. So they've been scoring a lot of goals here this month of January, and we've seen that continue with 4 goals through 2 periods of play, 3 of them on the special teams. And we talked about special teams, Sydney, that they would play a role, but Michigan, we expect they're the best power play in the country, and they're showing why.
Yes. Honestly, I think Michigan has found their mojo. At the beginning of the season, you could tell they were a team, like I've been mentioning, like a new team with new players. Old players have left, gone to the NHL, and it's really hard to have new players come in and find your groove. They're all really good players, but it's a team sport. You really need to work together, and I think they've found it, especially this last month, like you mentioned, against Stonehill.
Mm-hmm.
A bunch of the teams they've been playing, they've been showing that they have been working really hard to make this work and to make up for some of the loss of the great players. And Michigan State, I will give them the props. They have definitely grown since last year. I remember watching their games, especially the ones in Yost, and I'm seeing some of these players, and they're definitely better. They're definitely grown. Trey Augustine was a great addition, and I think it's just a really, really good game. And who knows, maybe tomorrow at Yost, Michigan State might pull through. The game's not over. Yeah. Like I mentioned before, Michigan State can definitely score 4 right away and have it tied. So I wouldn't be too doubtful about the game yet, and I wouldn't be too comfortable either.
And you mentioned that Michigan getting their mojo, getting their groove. You said that. Dependent Fanatic, you mentioned it too. Michigan, the past few years, they've really stepped it up after the winter break. And we've seen that. Obviously, it's a small sample size, only 3 games, or 2 games and 2/3 of a game. And with Stonehill as well, they're showing some scores across the country. We'll check those out real fast. Notre Dame up 2-0 against Penn State. We got New Hampshire beating UConn 1-0, and Boston University with the 6-4 win. Those are some of the scores at a glance here across college hockey. But like you were saying, and like I was saying, the Michigan stepping up at the right time, and this is obviously this is the best time to play your best hockey. And for them to come in on the road and play the way they played is really impressive. You know, Coach Naruto is really happy with his team's energy these first 2 periods. I saw a pregame. I got here around 5:30 here into Munn before the fans here were open, and the players, the Wolverine players, are out in the concourse, and they were fired up. They were ready to roll, and we've seen that play out on the ice through 40 minutes. So we'll see how they can keep the pedal to the metal, finish the job, don't take any dumb penalties, don't get in altercations. We saw one of them. Michigan ended up with the beneficiary of that one, but definitely wants to just play a clean period for the Wolverines and try to get your goaltender a shutout too. You know that's got to be on their mind too, getting Barchesky the shutout against the U.S. National Team Development Program, the exhibition. The Wolverines had a shutout through 59 minutes and 40 seconds. They gave up a goal with 20 seconds left. So hopefully today, definitely defensively, if you can get a shutout here, Obviously, there's still a lot of time left. Michigan State a potent offense in their own right, but if Michigan can come in here on the road and shut out Michigan State, that's a statement win, and we'll see if they can finish the job here and do that before they turn around and go back to and play at Yost tomorrow.
Yeah, as a goalie, it's really hard to get a shutout. I mean, you can never win the game. You can only lose it. And so it's really hard, and I feel like Michigan is doing a great job helping out their goalie right now, and Michigan State really needs to step it up. I mean, in the last few minutes of this last period, it was a lot of, like you said, hopping around of the puck. There was a lot of back and forth. Nobody really had possession at any point. I imagine it was kind of hard for you to call a little bit.
There was a lot of bouncing pucks, a lot of jostling for possession with both sides.
Yeah, and if Michigan wants to keep this lead, they really need to clean it up. They really need to settle down and just do what they do best. And Michigan State, if they really want to beat up Michigan, they really need to come out here. They need to sit down in their locker room, have a good talking to by their coach, that they need to settle it down, because you can see they're getting a lot more aggressive because I feel like they think they have already lost. And that's just not the mentality they need going into the third period. So, you know, they have a kind of new coach in, so hopefully he can straighten them up a little bit just for them and their sake. But Michigan's playing a great game, and it's great to see, especially in an away rink. And my little brother is college. I can't wait to talk to him about this afterwards. But, you know, it's a good game. Yeah,
it definitely has been, and props to the Wolverines getting out early as they got the helmet shuffle. I don't know where the puck is in the helmet.
I didn't even see it go in.
We'll see if they show it at some point so we can get a...
We should just
They got to show it at least once, right? I'll guess. I'll guess once they finish shuffling. But I will get to our point after. We're getting distracted by the on-scoreboard animations with the helmet shuffle.
I mean, Michigan State has a lot of fun stuff during their games.
Yeah, they had the teddy bear toss. I know
pizza.
I'm going to go... I can't tell. 1 it looks like. I'm going 1.
I'm going to go 3.
Or no, 2. I'm going 2.
Oh, everybody's going 2. Oh,
yeah,
it was 2.
I went with the crowd. I heard the crowd yell 2. I was like, I gotta go with.
So funny.
I gotta go with them. They're probably pretty good with that. So it was 2. I forgot what I was talking about before we got caught up with that. But yeah, you mentioned this is a nice arena. We talked about that earlier. They got the lights on the arena. And looks like the Spartan band is about to do something.
They're leaving their stands, kind
of similar to Blues Brothers or something.
Yeah.
So it's always fun. You go to a road game, you get to see the traditions.
Oh.
You get to see the traditions of the other schools and the student sections. And for being down 4-0, the students are still trying to enjoy themselves here. To keep the energy going. They got a lot of signs across the board. I can't read them though.
King Augustine.
I see the King Augustine.
That one's big and proud.
That one's front and center.
I mean, they have a large student section, but I'd have to say nothing compared to the children of Yost. We are loud. We are proud. Even when we're down, we're loud and we're proud.
Probably two of the better student sections in college hockey here in the state of Michigan. Michigan, obviously, a very hockey-oriented state as a whole. And we see that at the University of Michigan. Here at Michigan State, you see it up in the UP with Michigan Tech. Western Michigan's had a good year as well. But yeah, it's the hockey, the big time out here in Michigan, and that's in the state, I should say, the state of Michigan.
Yeah.
We're seeing it here in East Lansing play out a little bit with the crowd going at it and enjoying themselves.
Yeah, being from Texas, not very many people are hockey fans from where I'm from, but coming up here and going to school in Michigan, especially just the Midwest in general, I mean, hockey is almost as big as football, and that's saying a lot.
Yeah, you're very right. Yeah, Texas. You got the Dallas Stars. I honestly don't know how well they're doing right this year. I know the Red Wings, for all my Red Wings fans listening, they've been playing some really good hockey recently, which has been great to see, trying to hopefully end our little playoff drought.
I mean, I'm seeing a lot of the memes about how Michigan football, Michigan hockey, Michigan University.
The Detroit Lions. Shout out Lions. Big game on Sunday.
Huge game.
So excited for it. And what should be an exciting game at Ford Field against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Maybe the Tigers will step it up in their upcoming season.
Yeah, the Tigers and the Pistons have been the sacrificial lamb for the success of the rest of our athletics.
Yes.
Which has been disappointing, but
I mean, just basketball in general. University of Michigan basketball has kind of been a little disappointing, like we've mentioned before. But
we've had to sacrifice basketball. The women's team has been fine. They had a tough loss against Nebraska a couple nights ago.
There was a lot of confetti.
Oh, I missed the confetti.
Yeah,
I was trying to plug in my computer into the charger, running a little battery. Did not want this to die on us during the broadcast. One bride indeed, Adam. Glad to have you on the call, joining in today.
Hey. My mom's listening too. Hi, Mom.
Hello to Mrs. Cyprian. And to all of those joining us today. We are live from East Lansing. WCBN Sports, this presentation of Michigan hockey. We'll have the call tomorrow. I won't be on the call. You won't be either. But we will have the call of tomorrow's game. You'll be in the crowd tomorrow. I don't have a ticket. We'll see if I can snag a ticket somewhere to go to the game tomorrow in what should be a great environment at Yost. You mentioned it earlier. Some Mays out. That's always
7
exciting.
p.m., so be there and be square.
Yeah, 7
or
p.m.
tune in to WCBN if you can't get a ticket.
Yeah, tune in. We will have live coverage tomorrow from Yost.
You kind of touched on earlier, like we're very grateful for all of our listeners because we definitely wouldn't be able to come down to an away game and broadcast it and be up here in the press box, which is really sick. So just thank you all for supporting us, even if it's just tuning in for a few seconds. It means a lot to our analytics and helps us.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. And it's always great being able to, like we said, as the teams are getting out on the ice, just to get ready for the third period. Under a minute left before the third period gets underway. Yeah, we do appreciate all of our listeners tuning in from wherever you may be. We're just getting ready to roll here in period number 3. The Wolverines just trying to finish the job, take care of business, and get out of here with the win. But obviously, when you play 2 games in a row against the same team in any series, as they do throughout college hockey, you want to have the right momentum going into the next game tomorrow too. So for Michigan State, even if they can't come away with the win, if they can get a couple goals and build some confidence for tomorrow, that could be big for them. And if you're Michigan, you don't want that to happen. So you want to play your best period here to really submit your dominance in this rivalry going into tomorrow's game. But we are just about ready to go. Puck about to be dropped. Nasr to take the draw against Mueller. Nasr with the win. Third period underway here. James Casey brings it in for Michigan. On the clean ice, looked into the slot. Couldn't find it when Tyler Duke will play it around to Rutger McGrory. McGrory battling for it. Brindley comes away with it. Brindley to the point, Tyler Duke. Duke across. Seamus Casey fires the point shot, didn't get through completely. Brindley battling for it. Gets it to Nasr at the dot, but he couldn't get control, and the Spartans will simply take it out of the zone. Michigan will control, though, and puck chasing behind. Offsides is called, though. So we'll have our first face-off of the third period. 41 seconds in.
That was really messy of a start. They really need to clean it up, like I've been saying the entire time, to get a good shot on the net.
Faceoff will be outside the zone. It's going to be Hughes who will tie it up. Spartans will come away with it. O'Connell forward to Dorhouse. Dorwald fires, deflected off the stick of Edwards, high off the netting and out of play. Dorward shot was well defended by Edwards to not get on net. Nearly in the top of the what's it called, the protective netting, which goes all the way to the top here, protecting the students on this end of the ice. We'll have a face-off in the Spartan offensive zone. It's going to be Dorwart to take it for Michigan State, and he comes away with the win. Cross to Basil, excuse me, Basil. The puck will be frozen and saved by Barczewski. Nice simple save there. No one in front of him to screen the shot. Save and makes it look routine, trying to hold the shutout. Face-off won by the Wolverines defensively. Truscott played it forward to Duke, who used his body and played it out to Hughes, but Hughes just skated past the puck after he was controlling and turned it over. Long lead pass. Savage chasing it down and gets it, and then he turns it over. 3-on-2 developing for the Wolverines. Earnesty with some speed makes his move. Rebound opportunity. It's in. He scores.
That was a double rebound right there. It was a shot and then a missed rebound, but an ability to get that last rebound is kind of rare to have a double rebound goal. Great.
What a play. TJ Hughes is going to be the one to cap it off. But Earnesty used his speed, got into the slot. And that shot, I believe, was saved by Augustine. We'll look at the replay. Augustine made the save. Then
the post
Edwards fired the shot that hit Augustine behind Augustine. And then Hughes was there to clean up the mess and add to this Wolverine lead. It is 5-0 early in the third.
It's so easy to reset after having a missed rebound, but to keep going is really great.
Yeah, props to Hughes for the pad save by Barczewski. Loose rebound blocked in front. And here come the Wolverines with another opportunity. If Earnesty can use his speed to get past, he does not. Michigan State will come in. 2-on-2. Puck was dropped off. Kelly tried to dump it off. He just turns it over to Shifsky. Plays it forward to Casey, who will dump it in. That's Tanner Rowe. Michigan applying some pressure, but the Spartans come in. Mueller tried to drop it off to Lebster. Spartans trying to control for a moment. Tanner Rowe held it off. Now it's back to Rowe. Rowe to Estapa. Estapa turned it over, but out of the zone. Mueller will bring it in, and Mueller will simply dump it back to the point. No one was there, and Draper chased it down before he's buried away by two Spartans. Tanner Rowe moved up the middle of the ice. He can't control it. Earnesty and LaPointe got credit with the 2 assists on the Wolverines goal by Hughes, which is his 12th of the year. Spartans control. Opportunity for them. Fires a shot wide. May have gotten a little bit of Barczewski. Puck played behind the net. Spartans control. Lebster at the wall. Lebster played into the slot, but found Brindley. Brindley plays it off towards the Michigan bench to Estapa, who's changing. Here come the Spartans for an opportunity, but they can't get anything to go. Truscott with a long pass forward to McGroarty. McGroarty looked to backhand it to Brindley. Couldn't get it done. Here come the Spartans, though. Russell with an opportunity, tried to make a nice move. He couldn't do it. Here come the Wolverines, though, with the potential 3-on-2. Long pass chased down by Nasr. McGroarty battled forward behind the net with Nasr as well. Michigan applying some pressure here now. Nasr comes away with it. McGroarty in the slot fires a shave off the stick of Augustine and out of play. 16:23 to go in the final frame. Michigan with a 5-0 lead here in East Lansing.
I mean, if the game continues like this, it looks like it's probably just going to be Michigan win. Again, they really have to pick up their energy.
Yeah, for Michigan State at this point to try and get some confidence going into tomorrow's game as the Wolverines win the faceoff. Truscott played it back to the walls. Moldenhauer. Moldenhauer battled for it. He's going to dump it back in. Duke to Hughes at the point. Hughes wanted the puck, or Truscott wanted the puck at the point. He'll now get the puck into the slot. Moldenhauer to Hughes in the off-angle shot, easily gloved, saved by Augustine.
I'm curious what this game is going to do to Augustine's save percent average. He is a 91.9% save percent average, and this is an 80% save right now in the game. It's fluctuating between that and a 70%. So I'm curious what this is going to do to his save percent average.
You can't fault him too much. A couple of those goals are definitely not getting help from his defense, but Augustine has not been able to bail out his Spartans today as the Wolverines nurse a 5-goal lead. Stephen Holtz will dump it in. Chase LaPointe to chase it down in the corner. LaPointe shovels it behind in the corner to Shifsky. Shifsky to the point to Warren. Warren to behind the net, Ernestine. Ernestine trying to get a nice move, but he'll go down and lose his stick. Another stick loose. A lot of puck stick loose. Puck is waffled away. Warren fired a shot, was blocked in front, and a high dump off the scoreboard. So they're going to blow the whistle that hit the scoreboard screen. The score is pretty low here at Munn, and that one nailed the center, and looks like it caused a little bit of pixel damage on the score for a moment.
Oh, a little bit. I can see it.
Yeah, it took a nice shot off the center of the scoreboard. So face-off will be back in the Michigan offensive zone to Augustine's right. It's Stopper to take the draw for Michigan.
About 15 minutes left in the period.
We're going to do it again. The face-off. The referee giving a stop, a quick talking to. Face-off won by Michigan State, but Michigan able to control for a moment, and they'll play it back to Mueller. Mueller turns it over, though. Michigan controls, fires a shot, wrist shot, glove save, Augustine. A little extracurricular afterwards. Jiri Nastapa shading some pleasantries. Asking where they're going to get dinner afterwards here. where the best spots in East Lansing.
Hey, Pizza House, apparently.
Maybe.
There's definitely damage to the scoreboard. It was glitching out a second ago.
Yeah, there's a little box up. You can see it's blocking that kid's face a little bit. So Marshall Warren might have to. I wonder if they'll make him foot the bill or something as he dumped it into the scoreboard. As Nasr fired a shot from the point, but it misfired. Another dump. That one hit the scoreboard again. This time it's a Spartan player who dumps it off the screen. That one did not look to have much of an effect. It's Basgall who chipped it into the screen.
There's been a lot of weak shots this game, a lot of whiffs, and I'm kind of surprised about that, especially some shots in the air hitting the scoreboard.
I don't know if it's the ice or something.
Yeah, I wonder what it is.
But both teams have had some trouble controlling the puck throughout this contest. Face-off tied up, won by the Spartans. Playing it forward, dumping it in. Truscott will control defensively, but he turns it over. Here come the Spartans with an opportunity. Fires a shot wide. Howard fired the shot wide for Michigan State. Here come the Wolverines. McGroarty walks in, fires, blockered away by Augustine. Another opportunity. Marshall Warren holds the puck in. Fires a shot blocked in front by Michigan State. Russell blocked it. Oh, that's a late hit by Russell on Brindley, and that's going to be a call. Brindley was knocked into the corner glass at the corner of the bench. And Russell's going to go to the box. We'll see what the call is for. Boarding is a call.
Oh, interesting.
So Michigan will get another power play where they've scored twice already.
They seem to be giving up a little bit here. You can't give away these easy power plays, especially to a team who is stellar at them. That's where they've gotten a lot of their goals this game.
And Michigan's 2 for 3 on the power play, as well as a shorthanded goal. So the special teams have played a big role today. Estapa to take the draw on the power play. Face-off won by Michigan. Edwards at the point. Drops it off and back to Edwards. Nasr and Edwards across. Moldenhauer walks in, fires, and scores!
That wide open.
Nick Moldenhauer with the goal. Estapa and someone on the Spartan team a little jawing after the goal in the celebration. But this Wolverine team doesn't care. They're up 6-0. Another power play goal. Nick Moldenhauer was open. He walked into the slot and fired a shot past Augustine.
obviously not much thinking going on in between periods about what they need to do better, because Michigan State is making the same mistakes over and over. I mean, directly before that goal, I told you and everybody listening that they really need to stop letting them get on the power play, because we're a great power play team, and they just showed that again with another power play goal.
Michigan with their third power play, the goal of the game. This one's Nick Moldenhauer, the assist to Edwards. Moldenhauer's 5th goal of the year. 6-0 Michigan here in the third. Here come the Spartans to try and salvage something out of this game. Stir back behind the net. Whistle blows. I believe the puck may have went out of play. 13:41 left in this third period. It's been all Michigan. They lead the shots 30-14. But the important stat, 6-0 on the goal.
I mean, it's been a great team effort here. Like, the goals have been spread out amongst everybody. Only one person with 2, being Duke, and a bunch of assists.
Here comes Michigan State off the draw. Glove save, Barczewski. Dylan Duke with a little cross check to Savage after the whistle. Drawing a little bit of a crowd in front of Barczewski. But Barczewski with a nice simple glove save. No one really in front to screen the play. Savage jawing at Duke still. And looks like, I think a penalty might have been called. Edwards and Larson's getting after. This is Michigan State. And with the score the way it is, I'm not surprised that things are getting a little chippy between after whistles. Dylan Duke is going to go to the box, though, for cross-checking.
I mean, it was a really unnecessary cross-check.
Yeah, just a late little jab. Nothing much, but after the whistle, can't do that.
Exactly. I mean, you really didn't need to do that at all.
No. It's just a little bit of bad blood between these two teams boiling over. Spartans win the face-off. Mueller plays it back, deflected wide. Larson near the corner to Savage. The puck rolled off the top of the board between the glass. Mueller in the side, back to Levshnov. Levshnov fires, saved by Barczewski. Savage kind of fell into Barczewski after, and we got a little more extracurricular. These teams don't like each other, Sydney. They really
with
don't.
Tyler Duke this time.
Yeah, Tyler Duke with the extracurriculars.
Duke brothers getting a little feisty. I mean, I don't understand why, especially with Michigan leading by 6, that they need to be chirpy at the net. Just get the job done. The period has 13 minutes left. No need to do unnecessary roughing.
Michigan just needs to. They just need to play hockey and get out of here with the win. Don't feed in. They don't want to feed into any Michigan State aggression. Face-off one to Levshnov. Levshnov at the point. Estapa went down with Savage. Back to Levshnov at the point. Fires a shot. Save made Barczewski, and the puck is cleared all the way down for Augustine to settle. 1:20 to go in the Tyler Duke cross-check penalty. Michigan State will bring it forward. Lebster to Mueller behind the net. Mueller looked to Savage. Savage out to Larson. Larson back to Savage. To Savage. Puck played behind the Michigan net, and it's cleared away by Truscott. All the way down the ice. Both teams will change. Augustine will settle. Under a minute to go in the power play for Michigan State. They've been 0 for 2 today on the power play. Opportunity is saved by the chest of Barczewski.
Barczewski has shown a lot of good effort this game. I mean, there were several opportunities that Michigan let Michigan State get some good shots, and he has saved them. So I believe this game is a Barczewski game.
Yeah, he's made a couple of big saves, and he's taking care of the routine ones as well. Face-off won by the Spartans. They are 0 for 4 on the power play. I'm mistaken with that comment. Russell walks in and fires a shot wide, and that'll go out of the zone. But Russell walked in off the angle looking for the top corner but couldn't find it. Under 30 to go in the power play. O'Connell will dump it in. Chased by Dorwart. Played it back to Howard, but Howard misplayed it. And Shifsky will take it out for Michigan and dump it in. Chased by Tanner Rowe. Final opportunity for the Spartans on this power play. Howard dumps it off to Dorwart. Dorwart makes a nice move. Power play expires. Howard to Russell in the short slot. Fires a shot, saved.
Great
Another
save.
opportunity, gloved and frozen by Barczewski. So the Spartans go 0 for 5 on the power play after Michigan kills off another penalty. And that's been the key to this game. Michigan's shifting the script a little bit because their penalty kills struggled compared to their power play this year, and obviously their power play has done what they need to do, and today the penalty kill has as well.
They've really stepped up their game. I mean, they've honestly surprised me this game, and they're playing amazing.
Yeah, especially against this top-tier power play that the Spartans boast themselves. Sturback will fire, but that puck doesn't get through. Nasr tried to get to McGordy, but was in his skate. So Michigan State will control, and here they come. An opportunity that fires. The shot goes high and over off the glass. Shouty to the point. Into the corner. Manisto. And Michigan will get it out of the zone. McGordy clears it. Michigan State trying to enter once again. They'll dump it in onto Barczewski, who gloves it like a shortstop.
Whoa.
Makes a save. And Gucciardi getting in on Barczewski after the glove. And now we have a little melee going in the corner.
I mean, everybody but Manifesto in there right now. I mean, all because a Michigan State player couldn't have seen who it was, just sprayed ice on Barczewski, and they all went at it.
May hit his glove a little bit after he made the glove save, and we'll see if any penalties are going to be assessed. I won't be surprised if a couple are.
I mean, there was a helmet off.
There are a couple going to be called here. So it looks like Gucciardi's obviously going to the box. That's not a surprise.
Kelly again.
Tanner Kelly going to the box, and McGordy going to the box.
Giving
McGordy
a little kiss.
He's jawing at a couple Spartan fans. Those fans took exception to whatever he said.
They didn't throw up a very nice finger, and he blew them a little kiss.
Yeah, we're not gonna replay that for you. But it looks like Michigan will get a power play after that. But to recap what just happened, Michigan State dumped it in from the blue line. Barczewski made an easy glove save. Whistle blew.
Yeah.
And then Gucciardi kind of skated in and hit Barczewski a little bit, and Michigan took exception to that, as one would expect when their goalie was hit. But Michigan has to just get out of this game. Just got to get out of here. If you're the Wolverines, save the Michigan State's going to play chippy. You typically see that when a team is down, especially in this kind of rivalry. Here's the official call. To me, Michigan power play 5-on-4. McGordy with 2 minutes. Kelly got called, and I believe Gucciardi got a 10-minute misconduct, and he is. So they're taking him out of the box. His night is going to be done. So Gucciardi's ejected after that. And Michigan will get a power play, as this game has gone extra chippy with 10:54 to go in the final period. So Michigan will get another power play. This will be their 6th power play of the game. They're 3 for 5 on the power play today.
It's 0-6 Michigan with about 11 minutes remaining in the last period.
Face-off won by Estapa for a moment. And the puck will be cleared all the way down, though, by Michigan State. And another penalty is going to be called as Moldenhauer is brought down. So Michigan's going to get a full 5-on-3, essentially, as it looks like Shouty is going to get called for a hold.
The State fans are erupting in boos. Like, it's loud. It's loud. They're not happy.
And sometimes wearing the headset, it kind of muffles the crowd noise a little bit. I try to take it off occasionally to hear how loud it is. And obviously down 6-0, so the crowd's not as into it as they were pregame.
Yeah.
But Michigan's going to have a full, essentially, they're going to have 1:51 of 5-on-3. They've had one 5-on-3 opportunity today. They did not capitalize on it, but they did score once that power play became 5-on-4.
Yeah.
The call is going to be to Shouty for roughing, excuse me. No, they're talking about the earlier penalties. The most recent penalty was a hold. Estoppo will bring it into the zone. Puck behind Augustine, battled for. Michigan State will dump it, will clear. Michigan has not been able to control anything, get their power play set up so far in this 5-on-3. 1:20 to go on the 5-on-3.
You just need some clean hockey for the rest of this 10 minutes.
Get some 5-on-3 prize. Brantley with a nice move in. But he'll settle it back to the point. Casey back to Brindley at the dot. Brindley looking to Casey at the point. Casey with a nice move. Casey fires a shot. Deflected. Not sure if it hit Augustine or if it hit a body up front. Either way, hit the netting behind the net for a face-off. 1 minute to go in the 5-on-3. 6-0 Michigan here on the road in East Lansing. Face-off won by Michigan, but the puck goes all the way down as Casey could not corral at the point. Casey to Dylan Duke. Duke's in on a breakaway for the hat trick, and a save made by Augustine. Duke behind the net again. To Hughes, to Casey at the point. Casey to Brindley, looking for the one-time. Brindley fires a shot wide. Hughes near the wall. Back to Casey at the point. Casey across to Brindley. That went into passes to a skate. Michigan controls though. Hughes at the point. Hughes and LaPointe were kind of tied up together, so they'll turn it over. Final chance for Michigan on this 5-on-3. 15 seconds to go. Duke will play it forward to Brindley. Brindley tries to make a move. Lost it for a moment, but retains. Brindley walks in. Brindley with a nice move. Wrist shot is saved by Augustine. Hughes in the open. Back to Brindley. Brindley fires it wide. Now it's 5-on-4 for 4 seconds. Power plays are both over. Michigan State kills them both off. Michigan with a couple opportunities, but can't get anything to go on that opportunity in the power play. Puck here in the Michigan State offensive zone. Another stick loose. Rung around behind. Larson behind the net for Michigan State. Larson well defended. Casey forced a turnover. Edwards without a stick. He's just going to try and kick it forward. And he kind of does, but not all the way out. Michigan State will control. It's Nienhaus. Point shot fires blocked in front. Larson couldn't find it, and the puck is cleared away. Nienhaus to chase it down for the Spartans. To Levsnov. Back to Nienhaus. Turned over, though, and a hop puck right to Augustine, who gloved it. So that's going to be a face-off, and we'll have our media timeout with 7:55 to go in this final period. 6-0 Michigan. We got the fan cam going. It looks like the karaoke cam as they're going to play some Journey. Trying to get this crowd a little lively, even with the score line the way it is.
I mean, you know, last season, 3 of the 4 games that these teams played against each other were one score off, but currently this game is 0-6 with Michigan at 6. I'm honestly surprised if I'm being, I mean, I love a good Michigan win, but I'm surprised that it's not closer. It's getting a little rough at the end. It really needs to be cleaned up, and Michigan just needs to seal the deal and walk out with their heads up.
Yeah, it definitely is. I was definitely not expecting this kind of showing from the Spartans, particularly. And we're getting ready to resume play. Faceoff going to be won by Michigan, but the puck left the zone as the crowd continues to sing Journey. Michigan with the opportunity. Ernestine tried to get to Shifsky in the slot, couldn't do it.
Another broken stick.
There were so many broken sticks, loose sticks. A strange game in that regard.
Yeah.
Michigan State will reset. Puck will be dumped in behind Barczewski. Sluggers lose this on, they score. Mueller got the puck. And you hear the horn for the first time.
A large fight going on right now.
More extracurricular activity.
Bercheski just missed it. He didn't
Holtz
see
going
it.
at it with, sorry to interrupt, but Holtz and
oh, someone threw a teddy bear onto the ice.
we have full-on fights. This isn't breaking out to be we have 3 separate fights going. Warren is going at it with the Spartan. Holtz
Helmet
is
off.
fighting with Levsnov. Holtz takes down Levsnov. Marshall Warren going at it with Davidson. What chaos here at East Lansing.
Warren's still kind of going at it.
Holtz Knight's probably done. He's going into the locker room after the fight. The referee's just trying to settle things down. A little more jawing here. Levshnov jawing with Ernest. But to recap the goal, because it happened really fast, the puck was passed into the slot, and it got past Barcheski, and then I believe Mueller, if I'm not mistaken, was there to finish the job. And then Mueller got hit after scoring, which brought the fight to go down. It has been chaotic third period here.
Ernest in the box now. Trying to disagree with the ref, but the ref told him to just go.
So we'll see how the officials... Yeah, the shot was saved by Barcheski, but it kind of trickled by him, and Mueller finished the job, and then Marshall Warren finished his hit, and Michigan State took exception to that, and
it's assisted by
Draper's in the box.
Reed and Davidson.
Yep, Reed Lepster and Jeremy Davidson will get the assist on that one. The crowd is enjoying that the teddy bear that was thrown on the ice.
4 people in the box right now. Warren, Ernest.
I believe everyone on the ice
Rowe.
at that time is getting a penalty for Michigan at least. Can't tell for Michigan State, but we're gonna have a laundry list of penalties. The crowd enjoying that.
It's a little disappointing. Bercheski had the opportunity for a shutout here, and if I'm being honest, this roughness that Michigan's portraying towards the end of the third period is not helping them out whatsoever. It's possibly a 6-1 score right now.
Yeah, if you're Michigan, as their official is giving a talking to everyone in the penalty box. No, they're actually going to go review the penalty. Draper's leaving the box. It's just utter chaos after that goal. But the crowd is having something to yell about. What a chaotic game, particularly this third period. We've seen this game's been physical throughout, but most of it's been between whistles, like from whistle to whistle. We've seen a lot of physical plays, a lot of hits. But overall, the chippiness didn't really start until the game started getting out of hand, and definitely in this third period, both sides have, I'm not going to say just Michigan State has been feeding into this chippiness, because Michigan has done a couple things themselves.
100%.
We've seen Dylan Duke with a quick cross-check after a whistle, but it just boils over. And when you play this rivalry, you do expect that.
Yeah. But it's just so, simple to just clean it up, especially if you're Michigan in this instance and you're so far ahead to just do what you came here to do and leave. But, it is a big rivalry.
You want to be the
You're
bigger
expecting
person
it.
at this point.
Yeah.
Just get out of here with the win and get all your guys ready for tomorrow in what will definitely be closer. I think this is more of an anomaly.
Yeah.
Michigan definitely played well, and they deserve a lot of credit for the way they played. Michigan State with a lot of lapses, though, defensively. A lot of open players that Michigan took advantage of. And the score, and Augustine was hung out to dry a couple times, and he also let a couple that you usually would expect him to save. Barcheski's one goal, I would think he would probably want that one back. It kind of trickled past him, and then Mueller finished the job. I believe Mueller is getting the call. He is going to get credit with the goal. Yep, that's his 5th goal of the season for Nicholas Mueller to make it 6-1.
About 7 minutes left in the period.
But we've had 5 penalties for Michigan State in this third period, and 2 for the Wolverines, and that's before this whole mayhem took place. So we're going to add a lot more penalty minutes to the stat sheet. The officials taking their time to go over every altercation. There were 3 separate fights that were happening at the same time. And you don't see like full-on fights like you do in the NHL as much in college. But we saw a couple there. Marshall Warren was going at it. We saw Stephen Holtz, who went to the locker room. Not sure if it was for any. I believe it was just for the fight. He just knew his night's over. But we're just awaiting the word from the officials that they're still over at the monitor taking a look.
State fans are up with more energy now.
Yeah, this is the only time these two teams will play here this season.
Yeah.
Tomorrow will be at Yost, and then in the series in February, the first game will be at Yost, and then the second game will be at Little Caesars Arena for the duel in the D. So the one opportunity for these fans to get to support their Spartans, but today was to no avail. But still 7 minutes left, so.
Rowe is being.
Did Rowe go to the locker room? I missed
No,
if he went to the locker room.
He's
He's
still
just
at
to
the bench now.
Yeah, but I see him now.
Yeah.
I think the officials are finalizing everything, but there are currently 3 Wolverines in the dressing room. 2 Spartans who are being put in the They might be ejecting everyone.
Yeah,
I
I
believe they're
wonder.
going to give everyone 10-minute misconducts.
Yep, because they're putting Holtz in.
Warren, Ernesti, and Draper are all leaving the penalty box, and they're heading into the locker room. The 3 Spartans who were involved in the altercation, they're all going to the locker room. So it looks like a lot of 10-minute game misconducts. And it looks like 1 player is in the box for Michigan, so Michigan State might get a power play. We will see. I did not hear them announce anything. Did you hear them announce anything?
No, not yet.
So I don't know if the officials announced anything.
I would be surprised if they didn't.
It looks like Michigan State's going to have a power play, though. So if I'm not mistaken, we'll get the officials once they post on our stat sheet. We'll relay all the penalties. Actually, it looks like it's 5-on-5.
Yeah, it looks like it's. Oh,
Or maybe not.
we'll let it
It
settle.
looks like it'll be 5-on-5.
Yeah.
We'll get all the penalties. They're announcing them over the loudspeaker. Well, I can't hear them that well. So once they post here, it might take a minute. We'll report them all. But Stephen Holtz is in the bench. I think he's getting officially ejected, so he's going to leave the box and go. So I believe everyone on the ice at that point got game misconduct, so their nights are all done. So small benches for both sides. Just trying to finish off these last 7:19 and what has turned into a chaotic showing here at Munn Ice Arena. Finally, you get some hockey between all the fighting. Michigan wins the faceoff as Stoppa in the zone quickly for an opportunity in the slot. Jostled away into the corner. Tyler Duke will play it around. Seamus Casey looking in the slot. Back to Tyler Duke at the point. Duke played it off and hit Spartan in the chest. And Nienhaus will turn it over. Michigan keeps it in the zone for the moment. Moldenhauer chasing it. And Moldenhauer comes away with it for momentarily before the Spartans come away with it and move forward. Here comes Howard. Howard will dump it in, chased by Dorwart. Dorwart and Duke getting after it. And Dorwart finishing it. We got a little more physicality, and this game is getting out of hand, folks. Tyler Duke and Dorwart got tangled up. Dorwart laid another check on Duke after that. Dylan Duke came in to kind of help him out. He was drawing out with Sturback. And saying this game's getting out of hand here. And if you're the officials, you have to do something to settle things down, because we've seen these two teams have literal brawls at the end of hockey games, and we've already kind of seen that today.
Carson Dorart's now out of the game. I mean, he is an assistant captain. I don't know why you would just
the frustrations
do that.
So I couldn't hear the official call. 2 minutes for roughing and 10-minute game misconduct, I believe, was the call.
I mean, that was really unnecessary. If you didn't want to play the game, just sit on the bench, you know?
So it looks like looks like incidental penalties, so no power play for either team. State will be 5-on-5. I believe they just ejected both Duke and Tyler Duke specifically. And Dorwar, so the benches are really thinning out here in these final minutes of this game.
I mean, anything is an ejection at this point.
Which it probably should be. Just you want to limit anything at this point from getting really out of hand. Spartans move it forward. Kelly with Moldenhauer. Kelly with a big hit on Moldenhauer from behind, and that's going to be a call. Kelly's going to go to the box and a little extra. I don't know what to say. This is every play, every hit seems like it's a little extra. Kelly with the cross check. He's going to go to the box.
I mean, this would be Kelly's maybe third time in the box this entire game.
Yeah, our stat thing is not up to date when it comes to penalties.
It is not. I have been checking.
Yeah, this is, I would say this is getting a little extra. I expect this kind of physical play, especially in a blowout, but this is getting out of hand. This has to stop. That was I would say that's maybe a cheap shot. Definitely a frustration penalty. Maybe not a cheap shot, but it's definitely a frustration penalty.
I mean, I thought Dorward's was the same, like very.
Just they're letting out their Michigan State's letting out their anger right now, and Michigan is reciprocating it as well.
They have 7 guys on the bench right now.
Yes, the benches are very much thinning out for both teams. Michigan does have a power play at 5-minute major with the call, so Michigan was going to be on power play for the most of the game. Short-handed opportunity though. There's so much going on. Here comes Duke, 2-on-1 with McCourty. And TJ Hughes controls. So that was a 5-minute major penalty called. As a Let's Go Lions chant is trying to start out during this Michigan power play. Brindley looking into the slot, and the puck is cleared away.
About 5 minutes remaining in the last period.
Yeah, most of this game will end on Michigan being on the power play. About a minute difference between the major penalty, which was charged to Tanner Kelly, so his night's done. Nasr tries to play it forward. Shifsky at the board, but he mishandles the puck. Moldenhauer chases it down, but the Spartans come away with it. 1-on-2 is Mueller, the lone goal scorer for the Spartans. He's tangled up by 2 players. The stop will try to get it to Nasr, but that pass a little long, so we'll have an icing called. 4:49 left here in the third period. And what has turned out to it's turned out to become a fight with a little bit of hockey mixed in, especially in this third period.
Wondering if we'll actually get through this last 4 minutes, or if this 4 minutes is going to turn into 10 minutes.
This period has definitely taken its time with all the extracurricular. Now the penalties have been updated. We'll update you when we get a chance, because there's a laundry list. I don't know if we're going to read them all. Moldenhauer was not ready for the face-off. The puck hit his back, and he was just standing there. But Michigan comes away with the face-off win. Shifsky crosses the blue line. Estapa to the point Nasr. Edwards fires a shot blocked in front. Moldenhauer to the slot. Shifsky fires a shot. Save by Augustine. Estapa that was Nasr who lost handle. The puck will be cleared down. 4:15 to go in the contest. 3:05 in the power play. The major penalty to Tanner Kelly, I believe, for cross-checking. Here come the Spartans, though, short-handed. That's a really good save by Barczewski. Arm is up, though, and we're gonna have a penalty called against the Wolverines. So we're gonna get some 4-on-4. So it'll cancel out 2 minutes of
most of the
penalty.
penalties look like.
You want to read the penalties, or is it too much to read?
I mean, it is a lot, but most of them are all the same. It's all these guys with 10 minutes for roughing and 2 minutes for roughing, so they were all ejected. Carson Dorwart with 2 minutes for roughing and 10 minutes for roughing.
We'll get to the rest when we get a chance.
That's pretty much what they all are.
So many to list. We'll list all the ejections officially when we get a chance. So now we have 4-on-4 for 2 minutes before Michigan will resume a little more power play. LaPointe brings it across to the red line. Battle for in front of the Michigan bench. LaPointe comes away with it. Casey fell, and he'll dump the puck in. Tanner Rowe gets it out. Truscott fires, blocked in front, may have hit Augustine. Michigan controls on this 4-on-4. Truscott. Truscott waits. Plays it across slowly to Luca Fantilli. To Rowe, looking for Rowe in the corner, but he is bodied away. And Michigan State will bring it forward with Sturbach. To Larson, tried to get Sturbach in the slot. That puck went over his stick. Sturbach in the slot, looking for Nienhaus. Nienhaus fires, blocked away by Barczewski. Mueller in the corner, battling for with Dylan Duke, or with Jacob Truscott, excuse me. Tied up in the corner between Truscott and Mueller, but Mueller comes away with it for the moment. But Truscott forces the turnover, but then he fans in the shot. Larson open in the slot, and a save made. Barczewski. So Keenan Draper, Marshall Warren, Stephen Holtz, Tanner Rowe, Patrick Geary, Jeremy Davidson, and Antoine Levshnov are all ejected, as well as Carson Dorwart.
2 minutes for roughing and 10 minutes roughing for each of those players.
There have been
79 penalty minutes and 60 for Michigan.
There have been 139 penalty minutes in this game.
Yes.
Which is definitely more than normal.
The majority at the end.
O'Connell, 70 in this period alone. Michigan State with the puck. Still 4-on-4 for the moment. About 30 seconds of 4-on-4 to go. Estapa gets the puck out of the zone. O'Connell at center ice will reset for a moment. Try to get to Nienhaus. Big hit on Drewitz and with Edwards. The crowd trying to stay into it, but this game is definitely out of reach at this point. 2 minutes to go here. Power play is, the 4-on-4 is over, so Michigan is back on the power play for about a minute. Here comes Truscott. LaPointe brews in, forced behind the net. Fires a shot. Another opportunity is wide. TJ Hughes out to Casey at the corner in the point. Casey waiting. Casey moves into the middle, all the way across. Back and forth with McGrory, back to Casey, looking for the one-timer LaPointe, but it was defended away into the corner. Barczewski will settle it down. Barczewski faked the shot, but he just settled it for McGrory to Truscott. 1:20 to go here in the game. Just trying to get out of this game with a win if you're both teams, particularly Michigan.
Yeah.
The power play.
Both
Excuse me, he scores and I sneezed. But Michigan scores with 2 seconds left on the power play. I'm sorry, I missed who it was. It looks like a hat trick for Dylan Duke. I was sneezing. No, that's Casey. I apologize. Seamus Casey gets the goal. As I was sneezing, I was trying to hold it in as Michigan had an opportunity. But Casey walked in with the wrist shot and fires it past. 7-1 Michigan.
Most of the Michigan State fans are exiting the building at this point. I mean, there's only 1 minute left, and the score is now 1-7. 2 seconds left in the penalty, and now they're full strength.
So Michigan with another power play goal. The power play does end. It was a major, so there were still 2 seconds of penalty. The last minute to go here, just kind of the finishing touches of what came out to be a dominant Michigan win with a lot of extracurriculars to go along with it. Fantilli will dump it in. We're at 40 seconds to go here. And the Spartan player just fell. He was by himself and fell. Larson, though, brings it forward. Moldenhauer will dump it slowly into the Spartan zone. And at this point, just icing will be called with 28 seconds left. Just the final formalities. And this game has gotten ugly. 89 penalty minutes for the Spartans, 60 for the Wolverines. There were 132 penalty minutes issued in this period alone. Sturbach fires a shot right into the chest of Barczewski, who frees it, and a little more extracurricular in front of Barczewski. Shouty. It's a little physicality.
22 seconds. That's all it takes. That's all they need to settle down.
Yeah, both teams just got to get out of here. I expect a lot more of this to carry over tomorrow.
Oh, 100%. And you know what? The children of Yost are going to eat it up.
They're going to enjoy it for sure. But for now, the Wolverine fans who made the trip out to East Lansing are going to enjoy this one for sure. Face-off won by Michigan. Shifsky will high dump. Did not hit the scoreboard. Will bounce towards Augustine, who's forced to push away with his pad. Final 10 seconds to go. Spartans coming in with some speed. Fires a shot saved by Barczewski. In the corner is Edwards, who will play it around. And that's going to do it for this one. And the Michigan Wolverines come into East Lansing and dominate the Spartans with a final score of 7-1.
Really crazy game, especially towards the end. I mean, I probably could have predicted that it would be pretty physical at the beginning, but did not expect it to get to this point, especially all those penalty minutes. Michigan definitely played a great game. They stepped it up. I mean, at the beginning, they were kind of lacking, but they definitely stepped it up as the game went on. Very deserving for the Michigan team. Both teams need to go home and rest up, especially for their game tomorrow.
Yeah, the remaining Spartans who have not been ejected saluting the crowd briefly before heading out in what turned out to be an ugly third period. A lot of physicality, a lot of extracurriculars. We mentioned it. 89 penalty minutes for Michigan State. 19 penalties were called on the Spartans. 16 penalties in the third period. The Wolverines with 60 penalty minutes their own right on 14 penalties. And Michigan finished 3 for 7 on the power play. Spartans were 0 for 4 on the power play. And while Michigan State dominated the faceoff circle.
100%. And I mean, Michigan is a team that usually wins faceoffs, and Michigan State definitely beat them in that, at least tonight.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's probably one of the lone victories that the Spartans can say they had. They also obviously avoid the shutout with the goal, which what feels like a century ago, but it was earlier in this third period by Mueller at 12:40 of the third period. It's only about 8 minutes of gameplay ago, but it feels like an hour ago with all the extracurricular activity that took on after the fact. But for the Wolverines, they improved to 11-7-3. They'll have now 15 points in the Big Ten, and the Spartans fall to 15-5-3. The Spartans' first regulation loss since the end of October against Boston University.
Yeah.
And it was not very close on the scoreboard. Michigan put the beat down to their arch rival from East Lansing. And as the crowd files out here, any final thoughts before? Obviously, tomorrow these two teams will battle again. We'll have live coverage from Yost here on WCBN Sports. Anything final to say, Sydney, though?
This is a huge win for Michigan, especially with Michigan State leading the Big Ten. I'm not sure what this is going to do to the rankings because, I mean, it was a huge win. It wasn't close at all. 7-1, especially against one of the best goalies, I would say, in the Big Ten, Trey Augustine. I mean, most of those I would say are not his fault, but this is a big win for Michigan, and they should be proud. Definitely
a big win, but they have to do it again tomorrow. Wolverines and Spartans will do battle once again tomorrow at Yost at 7 o'clock. I believe at 7 o'clock.
Yes.
Or 7:30. 7 o'clock. We'll have live coverage on WCBN Sports. But as for today's game, I think that's going to do it. For Sydney Cyprian, I'm Peter Nasr. Thank you so much for tuning in to WCBN Sports' coverage of Michigan hockey. Final score, Wolverines 7, Spartans 1. Michigan with the big-time win here on the road. Have a great night, everyone. Thank you for listening. And as always, we'll leave you with a great night and a Go Blue.